Oh right, welcome everybody. It's time. Let me switch scenes right here. Um there we go. We're all here. We've uh we've managed. My name is Tamala. With me we're here today we will have Trevor the Miracle, Northern Savant, and Gradigi. Say hi everyone.
Hello.
Hola.
Hello,
How's the
everyone.
chat doing?
How's chat doing? Yeah. Before we really get down to all the cool shit, let me just look up real quick.
Very sexy.
Look up real quick. All right, there we go. Let's have a golf clap and a huge thank you to everybody because the Pantsless Podcast episode number 1, December edition on the YouTubes has a whopping 26 views.
Nice. Nice.
4 of those are mine.
I was wondering where those came from.
Oh yeah. This episode will also be up on the YouTubes. Maybe tomorrow or the day after. I'm the one recording this one. We ended up using my recording for the first one too because something went wrong with Trevor's recording. But it's gonna be all good. Hopefully shit don't break because I did up my bitrate on from my end. This doesn't really require bitrate, but I wanted to do it anyway. So okay, let's get down to the business, right? And I can only start this with one thing. Because of us four, on the last podcast episode, which was like in like last year, literally, we talked about a certain individual who's a famous rapper from 2008, and he was in some shady dealings, so to speak. But we were literally the first ones to talk about this. I can only assume so, because huge names after us did talk about this too, and our news outlets. And as of right now, I am sad to announce that you can no longer buy Soulja Boy's consoles on Soulja
So
Boy's.
it isn't so.
Bible thumb.
Rest in peace, Soulja Boy.
Yeah,
It wasn't even
that's what
that
you get.
long.
No, that was crazy. It went crazy
Like-
fast.
I think if I had actually ordered one that night, I don't know that it would have gotten to me before they had to stop selling it. Like that's how soon it was after our podcast that he got ripped off the shelves.
Yeah. I mean, even the great Jontron made a video about it, and in his video he says that he can't show the games on screen because he's afraid of Nintendo suing his ass.
Yeah. Yeah. Not seeing a single piece of gameplay because it was all copyrighted bodes well.
Yeah.
Did they say how many I don't want to say copies, but consoles were actually sold before they
Not that I saw.
Yeah, not that I saw either. This is a great time actually to showcase for you guys our hot new scene that Trevor made. Also, before we show it, let's have a golf clap for Trevor for making this production value go up.
Thank you.
Are you guys ready? Are you guys
I
ready?
do what I can.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm ready. I'm scared.
Do it.
Boom. This is how it looks. I just want to show you guys. So Soulja Boy has stopped selling his console on the store due to a potential Nintendo lawsuit. And I mean,
Potential.
yeah, knowing Nintendo, it's not potential. It is.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen. But yeah. So, rest in peace, Soulja Boy's consoles. I guess. They were a valiant effort in copyright infringement, and they you can no longer buy them.
So, according to Soulja Boy, And this came out like right around when he had to stop selling them. He said he sold 5 million units.
I don't believe that for a second.
Not even for half a second, dude. How could he? How could he sell 5 million units in 1 month?
That's almost
How many
the entire
albums does he
population
sell?
of Finland.
Yeah, imagine that.
Like, I'd have to see how many albums he sells normally, because you could take some of his diehard fans are probably going to buy one just to buy one.
Yeah.
But I have no idea what his album sales are like. But I could see if he sold, I don't know, 30 million albums, then 5 million people probably bought the console.
I still don't believe it.
Yeah, especially when you can buy basically the same product on Amazon a lot cheaper.
But it doesn't have
Why would
Soulja
you
Boy's
pay
name on
extra
it.
just to have?
Yeah, it's
from
it.
Soulja Boy.
I think Trevor is potentially right on that. I mean, if you've got the right person's name on something, it's gonna sell.
Yeah.
I don't know how many.
See, I don't believe he's the right person or the right
No.
name. That's the problem. Like, if Brad Pitt would sell a console, it would sell like hotcakes. But if Soulja Boy, a washed up goddamn rapper from 2008, is like, yo, buy my fucking console, it's like, who the fuck are you even? I know who he is, because I remember from back in the day when I was watching Screw Attack, they had this internet beef with Soulja Boy because he challenged the Screw Attack guys into like a gaming duel or some shit. And
Wow.
Screw Attack was like, let's fucking do it, boy, let's fucking do it. And I guess they never did because I was waiting for that shit.
That's
So
a real
yeah,
shame.
this was pretty much a no news thing. I wanted to have this on, and the guys seemed happy to have this on. We're probably not gonna talk about Soulja Boy ever again.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that we're gonna talk about him a lot more, and that he's gonna invest his time on like esports or something game related.
Yeah, see, so the esport thing has some legs because he did talk about creating an esport team with none other than Ninja.
You don't say.
Good luck with that. Good luck with that, man.
No, he wasn't. I thought he was wanting to start like a whole league, like his own esports league.
Oh man,
Was it just a team?
See, I understood that it was a team. I could be wrong. Still, it's
Either way
ridiculous.
is ambitious. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure he does probably have a bucket load of money. So, I mean, I think that would be cool if, I don't know what, probably C-list? Would you say he's a C-list celebrity? Because it would be...
He's on a list.
It would just be interesting to see someone with some amount of fame like actually support an esports team. I think that would be cool.
Oh,
Not
but there
him.
is already.
Is there?
Yeah. Let's see what his name
Like
is.
that financially sponsors esports teams?
Yeah, let me look him up. So, you know who Rick Fox is?
Rick Fox. It sounds familiar. Oh yeah,
So
I know that. He's that guy that you don't know his name, but he's in everything.
Yeah. So Rick Fox owns a esport team called Echo Fox, and they compete in everything.
Oh, there you go.
And I not like people, but organizations have a lot of esport teams now.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Rick
Yeah,
Fox
for
is one of the kind of like the OG big guys who decided that he wants to have an endeavor in esports.
Did not know that.
Yeah, see, I
that's
recently learned this myself. I knew about Echo Fox because they literally play in everything, but I had no idea that Rick Fox is the owner.
Yeah, I think the only person from Echo Fox that I've really watched do anything, Mewtwo King from Melee, is a member of Echo Fox.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So are a few other Melee players that live in like the Orlando area, but he's the biggest one I know of. It's pretty cool.
So all in all, let's hope that Soulja Boy creates a esport team or a league, or why not an esport game or anything.
I hope he does make a team and it's just like a bunch of his buddies and they just get their shit stuffed in. That's what I want. That's what I want.
See,
real bad.
Like for a person like Soulja Boy, that's like half what I expect.
Yeah.
But I think that if he's gonna do some esport related stuff, it's gonna be about Fortnite because he wants to hit that hot game.
Yeah.
Like it has probably the most variety full of like audience, so that he can easily tap in there.
For sure.
Be the smart decision to do.
Yeah. I mean, I was talking to someone this weekend. They're like, yeah, I don't even like to play Fortnite, but it's like the only thing I watch on Twitch. I'm like, how does that make any sense? But he's like, he just watches it because he likes to watch it. They don't even like to play it. So
Yeah.
it's got a pretty big reach whenever people are doing that.
Yeah.
Half of our content is just Soulja Boy. That is correct.
I mean, right now, 100% of the content of this episode has been Soulja Boy.
Yeah, that is true. Let's before this gets totally fucking out of hand, let's move on. Let's move on to something real. So recently Discord announced that they're gonna start using Discord as a storefront for games. And the big headline of that was that they're gonna have a 90-10 split, meaning that developers get 90% of the revenue and Discord takes 10%. At the same time, Epic Games, the developers of Fortnite, launched their own site, storefront. And I fail to remember now off the top of my head if there's split, but I do, if I remember correctly, it's 88-12. Meaning Discord right now has the best split of all the storefronts, where Valve reportedly has around 70-30, I think.
Are we having lag issues?
Yeah, I think we lagged out there for a second, Tumalo.
All of us, or?
I think just you.
Yeah, a little bit.
I have a little bit of drop frames. 621.
Yeah.
Is chat also experiencing lag?
Yeah, stream hiccup for sure from Empire.
Frame drops. Okay. If we're okay now, then let's continue.
Yeah, we'll just hope that it was a one-time thing.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, so the storefront evolution is happening right now. We're in the goddamn midst of it. So, and that actually that let's take that off because I put their Discord and Bungie storefronts, but Bungie doesn't have a storefront. It's Epic Games.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I still think that people are still gonna use the Steam a lot. It doesn't take all that much, like people off Steam, to hop on Discord. Even though most of the gamers already have Discord, but for instance, I don't feel like I want to use it as a store. I just want to use it for talking to people and other stuff, not that one. But I guess it's a way. But I just don't see it. It doesn't feel good to me. I don't know why.
Yeah, I think in the future, like, moving forward, it'll probably grow and stuff. But as of right now, like, I think I've looked at the Discord store like once, and that was like just yesterday, because I was like, oh yeah, this place has a store. I forgot that it even existed.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while before we actually learn that it's not anymore just a place to talk with friends and stuff like that. And it's a store now, but it's gonna take a while before we actually like realize it, even though we already acknowledge it being there.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure Trevor and Tumalo were around for like when Steam just started, but there was a lot of people that said that same kind of stuff whenever Steam started. I've been using Steam since it was only Valve games, and that's exactly what people said. They're like, oh, I'm not going to use it for anything. Oh, they put something else on there that's not CSGO or Team Fortress. I'm not interested in that.
Yes,
but eventually...
I remember the time people complained that in order to play a game, you had to have Steam. Back when Steam started. And people were complaining that, what the fuck is this shit? You have to have a Steam account to play these games, and what's the point of that shit? Now, I do understand that what North is saying, that it's hard for people to move on to something else. And definitely Steam is by far the biggest storefront that there is, even still. So nobody's gonna dethrone Steam in like this year, or probably not next year either. But it's interesting to me because nobody until this point has challenged Steam this hard. You could argue that EA or Ubisoft has been doing it, but EA just publishes their own games on their own storefront, so I don't really call it a storefront. Ubisoft, on the other hand, sells their own games on Steam and on Uplay, but they require people to have Uplay.
Yeah, you buy it through Steam and launch through Uplay, which is the dumbest thing.
Oh, definitely, it's fucking retarded.
But isn't that what's gonna happen with the? I think Ubisoft is gonna put some games on Discord. So do you still have to download the Ubisoft launcher?
So
I'm not sure.
So it's not on Discord. What Ubisoft is doing is they're not gonna sell the Division 2 on Steam. They're gonna sell the Division 2 on Uplay and on the Bungie storefront. No, Epic Games.
Epic Games.
Sorry. And I can only assume that if you buy it through Epic Store, it launches Uplay like any other game you buy on Steam.
Yeah. But this is like what I've been sort of like waiting for, is that there would be one platform, in this case it's Discord, that you can have all your games, but you wouldn't need to like download the Ubisoft launcher. Like I want all my games and all that stuff in one place, and then it would open all the doors. Like for instance, if you would have like Netflix or HBO and stuff like that, you would have like one website where you could like have all the movies. You wouldn't have to like browse through Netflix and then HBO and so on.
See, that's fine and all. That's super good for the consumer.
Yeah.
But the problem is that companies are out there to make money.
Yeah, but you can
see
that
they want to be the top dog. When everybody wants to be the top dog, then nobody's going to be the top dog.
Yeah.
So for years, Valve has been in this position where they can do whatever the fuck they want. Nobody's challenging them in what appears to be like over a decade. And now, to me, like kind of surprisingly, it's not EA or Activision or, well, Blizzard has their own launcher, but still, again, it's only Blizzard games and now Activision games, some of them. What Epic and Discord is doing is they are actively doing the exact same thing what Steam is doing, which is sell all types of games that are not developed by themselves. So for the first time since Steam launched, we have a legitimate other type of game store launcher on our computers that directly competes with Valve. And what I hope from all of this is that it creates more competition, and that we get good game deals. Now, I know a lot of people don't want to download 15,000 different launchers on their computers, and I'm with them. But so far I have the Epic launcher on my computer. It's horrendous, by the way, but it's still there.
Yeah,
it's gonna take a few years until people get accustomed to using multiple launchers and realizing that you can buy games on multiple platforms other than Steam.
I think if anyone were to make like a legitimate try at it is Discord though, and one of the things that they have going for them is that they don't make their own games, so they don't really have like any type of allegiance to anybody. It's just like, you know what, you're putting out a good game, we want to sell it, we want to give you more money, you know. And that could change. I mean, that could change because if it did, it would basically be the reverse Valve story, where Valve put it out to put their games on and then stop making games, basically. Where if Discord were to do it, they would start making games eventually. But I mean, right now they've got an excellent grassroots thing going on. They're giving they're giving third-party people more money for the stuff that they put on there, the 90-10 split. They've worked with a lot of third-party developers to where Discord basically gets first dibs. Like, games will come out early in the Discord store before they come out anywhere else.
Epic is doing the same thing, by the way.
Are they?
Yeah.
Is it just with their own games, or is it with everybody?
With some, like Supergiant games, for instance.
Yeah. Okay.
Their Hades release is on Epic for an exclusive. I don't some like, I think during their early access period, and once it's fully released, then Supergiant can sell it wherever.
I gotcha. Yeah, I don't know the specifics if it's just for early access stuff for like the early access, you know what I mean? But I don't think that they're like still in development games. I think you just get like early access to them.
But see, what happens when more companies like Ubisoft that really launches big games like AAA games, now they're not gonna release the Division 2 on Steam. It's a big game. It's a big release. So I would think that storefronts in particular, they probably want those big games. So Epic might give a good deal to Ubisoft. Epic certainly has the money for it. So Ubisoft might think that, well, this is the best deal we can get, so let's put it on the Epic store. Now Epic gets to sell their game, and Valve doesn't get to sell their game. So Valve has to do something. And a lot of rumors are circling that Valve is starting to really revamp how they split the revenue with publishers. And
I think the revenue. Oh, can you finish?
Go on.
I was gonna say, I think the revenue thing, like, if it's that big of a difference, what you said, Steam is like 70%.
Yeah, I
right?
think it's 70-30.
And the other one's basically 90%. That's a pretty big difference there. But once you start getting down to like 5% differences, I don't see that being that big of a difference. The companies then will just look at, which platform has the most people. No, depending on, it doesn't matter, like, if they make 5% more money, because that's going to be nothing in the long run.
Right.
They're going to want to see, just know which platform has the most people.
So then it comes down to what other benefits the storefront can offer the publisher. Because the storefront in the end wants all the games. Every storefront wants to be Valve or Steam. Now that's not possible anymore. But essentially that's what you're going for, right?
I definitely agree with what Trevor said. Like you said, it doesn't matter how much. I mean, they could give them 100% of the revenue, but if there's not anyone buying it there, then they're not going to put it there.
Oh, definitely.
But I think one of the big, and what I was getting to, the biggest advantage that Discord has, and it comes along with them not having any ties to any developers or anything like that, and hopefully it stays that way. But I can really kind of launch any game I want through Discord. I mean, I can see someone playing, like if I see that North is playing Dark Souls and I want to play Dark Souls, I can click on North's name and I'm playing Dark Souls. Or if I'm seeing Trevor play Fallout, I can click on Trevor's name, now I'm playing Fallout. And even though those are through two different launchers, Discord still has that kind of integration with your computer that it can launch games from any launcher.
Sure, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, if someone, let me make sure before I put my foot in my mouth, but I know that I know for a fact, I don't know that it works with every launcher, but I know for a fact if someone's playing a game and you click on their name, it'll show up underneath them and it'll say play. Like I have a friend that's playing Crypt of the Necrodancer. I don't have Crypt of the Necrodancer installed, but I see that, I click on Crypt of the Necrodancer under their name, and it gives me the option to play it. Since I don't have it installed, the play is grayed out, but I could launch it just through that person's name.
And I think they also have like a system that it can provide data from the game that it's not like usually accessible. Like for instance, if I'm creating a party like Rocket League, I don't think they have it integrated, but I think on Fortnite, if you're like creating a party, it will show you that the party has 2 out of 4 members and you can join from the Discord to the party.
Oh yeah, it shows a lot of those different things.
Yeah.
I've seen those on Discord. Steam is not Steam. Which is doing the same with certain games. They show CS:GO ranks or MOBAs, like which character they're playing. Even in Overwatch, they show which character they're playing.
Yeah, and I know you can also just go to like the activity tab and see what games people have been playing. Like I've got a buddy right now who's playing GTA 5, and it's not through any launcher. It's DRM free. I can just click on that, and it gives me the play option. So
yeah, I think in the long run, I think Discord will probably come out as top dog just because of the fact that they already have a base, and their base is people that are using it mainly for communication and not necessarily for the store yet, right this second. But I think once they just put in more time and advertising and things like that, and building the store up a little bit more, they're already going to have that base there, and the base is across people that use every other launcher already. So yeah, it would not surprise me if in a year, 2 years, whatever, it's going to be outdoing Steam by a lot.
Yeah, it'll definitely be a while, but I definitely think it is. And I'm just going to put this one out there, not because I think it'll make a tipping point, but if anyone out there has Discord Nitro and you don't look at the store, please go look at the store. There's like 1 million awesome games that you can play for free just for having Nitro. Super Meat Boy, both Darksiders, all kinds of stuff.
Nitro is like $49 a year.
A year, yeah.
Yeah,
and you get a ton of free games.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday.
And you can use your channel emotes on any server.
You better believe it. I have 3 channels just to dump emojis into. You want emojis? I got them. Come on down to Joe's Emoji Emporium.
But I think that Discord is in a place that it's probably gonna get bought by someone. Like that's how I feel. Like Amazon could easily buy Discord. They have a lot of like co-op things. They have integration on Twitch. It looks like a perfect place for them.
I mean,
just to buy that.
Certainly, if they get to that point where they're making huge enough waves, they will get bought out.
Yeah,
that's just
that
how
seems like it's gonna happen within a few years.
I hope not, but it's pretty likely.
Yeah.
Because it feels like Discord is making Discord is not like an application. It's like a product they're trying to finish, and when it's done, they're gonna sell it for the highest buyer.
Yeah.
Or the highest bidder. Probably gonna be Amazon or something.
I mean,
probably.
I wouldn't put it out of the realm of possibility that Amazon just picks it up.
Well, think about it.
Amazon really seems to be buying a lot of tech companies.
Yeah, think about if Amazon would buy Discord. If you had like Amazon Prime, you could probably watch movies on Discord. You could buy anything there. Like it's not a game front anymore. It's a storefront for everything, and you can talk. And it would be amazing.
Discord might be the next generation of like a social media platform, like a real social media platform. I mean, you could argue that it's social media right now because there's communication, but I'm talking about the next step evolutionary like ladder of social media, where we could have Discord and we could be in a call and then we could watch a movie all together. Instead of going to the movies, we watch a movie like this, or like anything, like just the next evolution of it.
Yeah, definitely. Like basically a mainstream social media is more what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think with with a store, and I think the moment that kind of stuff starts happening, that it starts if it happens, not that'll be when it dies out. I think as soon as it gets oversaturated with a ton of mainstream garbage and stuff like that. And I'm not like a nonconformist or anything, but I mean, it's a niche product for a very subset of people that like to stay away from all that junk. And I think as soon as you start trying to force it down people's throats, then they're just going to be like, okay, well, I'll go back to TeamSpeak. It's dead, so I know no one's there.
Definitely, man. I was Team Ventrilo, man, back in the day.
I don't know if I agree with that or not. I mean, I could see a lot of people having the sell out mindset if they say they got bought out or whatever, and Amazon, so just say Amazon bought it. But if Amazon starts offering a shit ton more features that are actually, like you said, like movies, and we're gonna watch, that's a good feature. You know, I'm not gonna complain, even if it is Amazon doing it. Now, if while I'm watching the movie, it's an ad on the side of the screen that's telling me to buy this lawnmower or something, then yeah, I mean, I can see people getting annoyed at that. And, you know, they probably would do, like you said, like a Prime membership. I don't know, you know, or some sort of membership where, you know, you get no ads and stuff. And that might be, you know, drive people away. But I could definitely see some of the benefits outweighing the negatives for a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, if that kind of stuff were to happen, I'd probably still use it. I'm not saying it would die, but I know that a lot of like the hardcore Discord users would probably jump ship.
Yeah.
The second there starts to be more people who speak against Discord, there will be a developer somewhere out there that makes a better version of Discord.
Yeah,
Definitely.
That's like I feel that that's the natural evolution of a product anyway. But in the interest of moving forward, we're a little bit of on a time schedule here. All in all, I think storefront competition is a good thing. That's basically what it boils down to for me.
You know, what we've discussed is like pricing and early access and ease of access and everything like that. The only person who really wins, no matter what all those people do, is us. I mean, they'll continue to put out better products for cheaper, trying to put it out there faster. Hopefully it doesn't, you know, the quality doesn't suffer, but in the end it'll be us that wins. So
agreed. So I know a member of Team Wildlands is I don't think he's right here now. And this next thing would probably demoralize him even more. He's a Heroes of the Storm player. And Heroes of the Storm is Blizzard's attempt at a MOBA esport. But unfortunately, Heroes of the Storm's development got shut down. And I think it's a really shitty thing for those people that were pro players. And it's a sad fact that Blizzard pumped a lot of money into this project and it just failed. And to showcase everybody too. Go
I think this is like the biggest problem with products, with games as services. Like, there's nothing wrong with this game. It's fine. It's just not a big esports moneymaker. But because it's a game as a service, now Gorbish can't play his favorite game ever again.
So to calm everybody down a little bit, the game has not gone anywhere. The development has been shut down. You can still play the game, but it's not being developed anymore. They're on what's called, apparently in the tech industry, as maintenance mode, which basically means they have a skeleton crew working out patches and shit. But the game's development is shut down, and the esports side of the game has been completely cancelled. So it means that there's no tournaments coming up, and there's not going to be further development of the game.
I saw in the article that you have pulled up right here, I may have misread earlier, but they said like they were canceling all the events and stuff, but I thought that I read in there that they were still going to like come out with like new characters and things like some things like that.
I think I read that as well, Trevor, and all they said was that it was going to be at a much slower pace, because I don't think they took like their entire team off of it. I think it was just the vast majority of them. And if I was to guess, and there's literally nothing for me to go off of, if I was to guess, I'd say what they'll end up doing is finishing out any heroes or any projects that is already in process.
Yeah.
And they'll finish it out and then just drop it.
Yeah. And that's probably what they're gonna do.
It's definitely like starting to feel like a fan service game. Like they explain in the letter there that the game is gonna be like a love letter to all the Blizzard worlds and characters and stuff like that. So if you want to play MOBA and you really like all the Blizzard characters, you can play a MOBA and use your favorite characters from different games. Same thing with like Dota has the Artifact, the card game, and I saw someone playing something with Dota characters. It looked like chess, but it wasn't chess. But it had like Dota characters in it. It was kind of weird. But definitely, it's gonna be only like a fan service game.
Yeah,
that's how I feel about it.
So what people were pissed off about this Heroes of the Storm thing is that during BlizzCon, they announced a lot of upcoming stuff for Heroes of the Storm, especially on the esports side, and that just doesn't exist anymore. And those pro players are without a job. And as it was pointed out in chat, that the pro teams and the pro players got really screwed here because they got no warning that this is going to happen, which is not really a right way to do it, to inform essentially your core group of players. They got screwed over the most, I think.
Yeah, and they were like super subtle about it. They didn't say that they're gonna end the esports scene. They just said that they're not gonna have those events anymore, which is kind of weird. You're not gonna have them, but you can't admit
the wording
that you're
is
gonna
what
stop
it is.
this.
But we're gonna stop all esport events. We're not gonna stop esports. What is it? Like, you're canceling all the events, but are you canceling esports or not?
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't have any events, you don't have any esport, right?
Yeah.
Now, who knows? Maybe Heroes of the Storm will make a triumphant return.
That's most likely if they gain a lot of people playing the game or audience, they might reconsider about the esports scene.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. Dead games do come back sometimes, but it's really tough to come back whenever the company that made you is just like, nah, we don't want. We're not going to put any more money into it. You suckers can. Hopefully, now I know that a lot of esports players, I mean, there's a lot of transferable skills. So, I mean, even though it was different, a MOBA's a MOBA's a MOBA. If you're good at one MOBA, you're at least going to be decent at another one, and you could probably pick up what you don't have. So it sucks for those people, and I'm sure that there are probably going to be some people that can't adapt, but I know that there's going to be some that can, and I wish the best of luck for them. And hopefully, I know that Heroes of the Storm was never that huge in the first place, I mean, compared to the other ones. So hopefully this, who knows, it could turn out better for some of those people. Maybe the people who were dumping a bunch of time into HOTS goes into League, turns out they're a freaking League prodigy, and they make mad money.
Yeah, mad money.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully the players land on their feet, like, truly. It's never nice to see when somebody's like gets essentially fired.
Yeah, and that's basically what happened. I mean, that's what it boils down to. They got their 6-month notice or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's kind of hard to like announce that, oh yeah, we're gonna have, this is the last year we're gonna have these events, and then we're gonna stop. Like, who's gonna come to the event when you know it's not gonna be there in the future?
I mean, you make a fair point.
The very last one will be gigantic.
Yeah.
The very last
one.
The very last one will be the biggest event they've ever had, and there's gonna be like a few hundred suckers that are like, oh no, this is gonna be enough to bring it back. No, dude, they're just gonna take your money and run.
Yeah.
You just gave them the biggest payoff, and they don't have to turn around and spend it on anything. You just gave them the most money directly into their pockets because they don't have to reinvest that in the next event.
Why aren't you the marketing chief of Activision
Yeah.
Blizzard?
Because I only know how to shut down games, I guess.
You're the Grim Reaper, man. So yeah,
hopefully it's good.
hopefully the players end up on their feet.
Yeah.
Do we move on? Or does anybody
Sure.
want to say passing words to Hots?
F in the chat.
F's in the chat.
Post F in chat for the
F
pro
in the
players
chat for
without a
Hots.
team. So okay. Who's excited for Anthem? Hands up. Who's excited for Anthem? No hands. Okay.
It could be the best mech suit fighting shooting third person game in the world, and I still wouldn't buy it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I'm right there. I'm right there. But I have an undying hate for EA, so it's just that. So EA has announced a while ago that Anthem will not have a season pass, and they will not have post-launch DLC. And if this is true, good on EA, but I do not trust them to not have either of those things.
yeah, I think I brought it up the last time whenever we kind of did some pre-show talks about it. Is like what qualifies as post-launch? Like when is that time frame?
Yeah, the post-launch DLC is really, it's an interesting wording. So
Yeah.
So yeah, like obviously they're gonna have microtransactions in the game. So do they need like DLC? But it's still I think the wording is stupid. Because they're definitely gonna monetize the hell out of it. Now for those who want to play Anthem, I think for pre-order people, the demo will be live the 25th of January, and for the rest of us normies, I think we can play the demo on 1st of February, maybe.
Yeah, I probably won't even play the demo because then that'll be one more person that they'll be like, yeah, but look at all these millions of people that play the demo. What's happening?
Yeah. I mean, what
Not
we
me.
should do is play the free demo and never buy the game. So the numbers look good, and then when the game launches, it's like, what the fuck happened?
Sully brings up a good point. This dude nailed it on the head. It's gonna have pre-launch DLC.
Yeah, man, that's how you fucking circumvent that shit.
Yeah. See, what they do is they're only gonna sell the season pass before it launches, and then they're gonna wait 2 weeks and then start selling it again.
Oh, yeah.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, people in chat are saying that it's gonna be cosmetic microtransactions. I mean, it probably. I double dare EA to make the same mistake twice. What they did with Star Wars and have like game altering microtransactions.
It's
Cosmetics confirmed. Okay.
I don't want to argue with you because you very well could be right, but we all know it's a slippery slope, and EA is the grease. It's cosmetics now, but in the future that may not always be the case.
See, I'm waiting for the microtransactions where you get 50% more EXP, got an EXP booster there, or you have some sort of a booster that makes a guaranteed better drops. I'm waiting for those.
Yeah.
In the article that you sent to us has they're thinking that EA is trying to push more Origin Premium subscriptions with Anthem, but I'm not sure how they're gonna push it through. Is it like you get 50% more XP if you're gonna have the premium,
Or
Right.
mask
more
that
drops,
shit.
or it could be basically anything.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it's like really compelling to buy that if you're gonna play the game anyway, and get free stuff, and the premium has like free games you can play.
Yeah.
I think I had one of the subscriptions at one point, and I could play like Battlefield 4 and Need for Speed for having that for that month.
Yeah, I know at least one of my friends, maybe two, they will buy like 2 months, like 2 or 3 months of the Origin Premium Pass at a time. Basically, like right whenever a Battlefield comes out, they'll get that, and then they'll basically binge play through games on Origin while they have access to as many as they want, essentially, and then they'll just cancel it.
Yeah, that's basically what I did 1 month.
Oh, it's perfectly fine to do that too. Why not?
Yeah.
Now, when Anthem eventually comes out, I at least will talk about it. I won't play it, but I will talk about it because I will take any opportunity I get to shit on EA.
Yeah. I mean, unless something crazy happens, I have no intention on playing it, which is a shame because while the first trailer went out and a lot of people thought it was boring, I thought it looked hyped as hell, and then I was like, oh wait, this is EA.
I'm the complete opposite. I've watched the gameplay videos, the trailers, everything, and it looks just so fucking boring. So fucking boring. And I know the problem. The problem is that I don't like looter shooters. I can't do them. Like, Destiny was boring as fuck too. I played Destiny 2, and the greatest part of Destiny 2 was PvP. Like, it's just fucking boring.
Yeah, I know in the trailer when I watched it, I just remember cause it's been a while since I've seen it, but the first trailer I watched, I remember like the guy had the jetpack on and was like flying around shooting people, but instead of like him like zooming around and like being fast paced and shooting, he was like just stationary floating and like just barely moving. And I was just like, oh wow, that looks boring. Like I'd rather just run than just float in the midair like that.
Now, Anthem probably will sell very well, but knowing EA, no amount of copies sold is enough. And I predict right now that 2 months after release, I will read an article which states that EA executives are disappointed at the Anthem sales, and 6 months down the line, BioWare will be shut down.
That is very, very plausible.
Yeah.
And I know BioWare has another game in development, the Dragon Age one. But I mean, it's EA. BioWare needs to, if this game flops, then I'd say that BioWare shutdown is very much likely this year. Mainly because EA is just hell-bent on short-term profits.
Yeah. I don't know. I think right now BioWare's still riding a lot of that. Is still going to be riding that Dragon Age hype. So we'll see. We'll see how the next one plays out. But I mean, I think you're right. I think Anthem probably will sell well, just because it does. I think it has a wide appeal. So if it sells well enough, I mean, BioWare has put out some decent stuff. Hopefully this is playable.
And I also saw in chat that when we started talking that the game has gone way better, like a reception from the public as time has gone on, and I've seen that positive reception. Like, people are starting to be more hyped about this game closer we get to release. And it was very negative, like even 6 months ago. And that a lot of that negativity has been addressed by BioWare, and they showcased more of the game that appeases the player base. And apparently the closed beta that they had around a month ago, or this month, not really sure, because it was like a month ago, because I mentioned the idiot who tried to live stream the thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, according to the people who played that closed beta, they've been very, very positive about the game. So yeah, it will sell, and but I think that a lot of this is riding on BioWare. They need this game to be successful.
But is there a chance that BioWare would actually split from EA?
I don't think so. I don't think BioWare has the cash for that.
Yeah, but it seems like since EA is so hell-bent on getting that quick money, they could offer them, how about you give us this amount of money and we call it a quits?
EA rather shut studios down and relocate developers into other EA-centric development teams.
Yeah.
Which has been done time and time again with EA.
Yeah, I mean they've had like close to 10 opportunities to just let a smaller company be, but instead they just continually shut them down. So I think that
sucks.
Yeah, have you ever seen the list, North, of how many small companies they've acquired and then just slammed?
No, I haven't.
Dude,
I have not seen that either.
It is nutty. I didn't know there was like so many companies that after I saw the list, I was like, holy crap, no, I remember such and such game from that company. It was badass. And EA bought them and they put out like 1 or 2 games after EA's acquisition, and they weren't doing well, so they just shut them down.
It's been a topic for years at this point, and EA is very well known about the entire that they shut down studios that fell. Gorbish put a link in chat if
Yeah, I'll check it out.
I'll copy
This
too.
Not looking at the one he put up, and hopefully it's probably the same one, but this one is from 2017, so 2 years ago, and it was already up to 14 different companies that have been shut down by EA, that have been bought and then shut down.
Yeah, so this is the same list. I'll just fuck it. I'll show it on the thing here. On the thing because I can.
Yeah, Gorbish is the same one, and I'm not shocked that it's from 2017 because I know whenever they shut down Visceral, that was a really big deal.
Oh yeah.
What? They shut down Westwood? Holy shit.
So Bullfrog Productions was shut down. I never played a Bullfrog's game, but they made Dungeon Keeper and Theme Park, and those are the ones that I actually know that they made. And yeah, so they shut down Westwood, but I think Westwood was absorbed into something else. I think they renamed Westwood into something else. Or
Merged with the Virgin Games, later known as Virgin Interactive Entertainment.
and also shut down Pandemic Studios, which made the Battlezone 2, Command & Conquer, and Dark Reign 2. I never played those games. They shut down Playfish, which I'm not sure what they made.
I think they were like a lot of like mobile and kid games. I think they were like younger games.
What? They were disappointed at Renegade, or like the Command & Conquer Renegade. That was a cool game, like a first-person Command & Conquer game.
Maxis Software was a big deal because I remember when they shut down Maxis. They made SimCity mainly.
Yeah.
And The Sims.
Mm.
And when they shut down Visceral, that is something I also knew.
Yeah, so they've, like I said, if just from their batting record, I mean, it's not looking good for them to just let BioWare do their thing. They'll just keep those IPs and slam jam it down.
Yeah,
I do agree. I don't wish, even though I absolutely despise EA, I don't wish for these studios to get shut down because people lose their jobs, and that's pretty shitty. Now, with Visceral, I don't know how many actually got fired. A lot of them got relocated to EA Vancouver. We may or may not touch upon that in a little bit. But yeah, Anthem will not have any season pass or post-launch DLC. But let's see how well that goes. Let's see how EA defines post-launch DLC.
I also think it's really, really dumb that, like, oh, you didn't do something really shitty. That's really nice of you. Thank you for not asking me for more money once I've given you money. That was really kind.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I don't think we should be giving them any credit for not continuing shitty practices.
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not. Since I know that they are going to push the microtransactions. It's they give us something. Oh, we're not gonna have season passes. Oh, we're not gonna have post-launch DLC. But in the flip side is there is going to be, even though I know, chat, you said that it's gonna be only cosmetics, confirmed only cosmetics. I don't care. They're gonna push that shit. They are going to push it.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I don't trust EA when they confirm stuff. Down the line, I won't be surprised when they start selling XP boosters or loot boosters or whatever. When the game's popularity has gone down. When they're trying to do something for the last gasp, so to speak, before the game event like goes into maintenance mode, like with HOTS.
Yeah.
Yep, just a matter of time.
So going forward here,
Kind of jumping off that acquisition.
So are you guys 100% against just all DLC, like paid for DLC?
no, absolutely not.
Okay,
No.
I was just making sure, like
Absolutely not.
if we're on the same page and stuff like that. Because I was like, I pay some games I play. Just an example is the Borderlands games. They usually have 3 or 4 DLCs that come out after, and like I'm happy to pay for those because I love the game that much.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it's nothing like like Battlefield was or the Star Wars game was, when like XP boosters and things like that to give you an advantage over the players. Like I'm 100% against that, but I was to make sure you guys are on the same page as me.
So one game that did DLCs very well in my mind is Witcher 3. Hearts of Stone is a great DLC, and Bloodwine is a fucking phenomenal DLC.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean I'm happy to pay for DLC if they add something. When Bethesda tried to sell horse armor for like $20, that's when it's like, go fuck yourself. It's not DLC. It's some content some one dude made in one day, and they try to monetize that shit.
And then they sell the black horse armor, and then the gold horse armor, and they're all $20 a piece.
Like, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself with your stupid shitty DLC. But thank you, CD Projekt Red, for making two pieces of massive story DLCs that added a substantial amount of hours into your game. Those are what I'm happy to pay $20-$30 for those.
Yeah, there is a lot of DLC that I think is definitely warranted, but and I can't remember if we talked about this last time, so I'm not going to go into it too much, but I feel like DLC is like extra game. Like, this isn't something that should have been worked on alongside the regular game. You should have had all your focus on that. DLC is additional content that I will gladly pay for. But there was one of the Dragon Age games that, and it's the reason that I haven't played Dragon Age games, the DLC was actually on the physical disc that they sent out. And you purchasing the DLC purchased the code that would unlock the content on that disc.
See, that should be illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's how they sent it out. And I don't know if how they apologized for it, or maybe they turned around and made it free DLC. I really don't know what the resolution of it was. It was like 7 or 8 years ago that they did it. But that's the kind of stuff, like day one DLC. Like, oh, here's our game. By the way, here's more game for $20 more.
Yes, the day one DLC is something I really despise, because you know that they've made that DLC alongside with the rest of the game. And as Gorbish points out in chat, it shouldn't be a puzzle piece that it gets ripped off from the main game. That's not DLC. That's the content that's supposed to be on this fucking game.
Yeah.
Sell me content that is on top of that game somewhere down the line. Don't sell me like day one DLC.
DLC should be an addition, not a subtraction. Like that should add on to the enjoyment you've already had. Not having that DLC should not take away from the enjoyment you're having. But it sometimes it feels like what they'll do is they'll release a game and then you'll get to the end of it and it almost feels like the devs were like, you know what, that was a pretty big badass boss. Maybe we should just chop it there and then just put the actual boss out for $15. And that's how it feels in some DLC, and that's a really shitty practice.
Yeah.
You see, like with a lot of things, like I harp on season passes, I harp on microtransactions, and I harp on DLCs. But here's the real kicker. I don't hate all of these practices. You can do these practices the right way and the wrong way. I had no problem paying Gearbox a season pass when I knew that I got with that season pass the upcoming DLCs for the game. And I think Borderlands 1 and 2 had fucking excellent DLCs. I played all of those, and they were cool. Some were better than others, but still. I rather paid for the DLC like $30 and got all of them instead of buying them individually for like $15.
How do you guys feel about the way, I don't know if the Fortnite's still doing it the same way they were a year ago, but like how they do basically you pay your, I don't know, $10 membership for that month, and then you basically unlock all of the, you know, cosmetics and whatnot, like through as the more you play it kind of thing. I mean, it's kind of DLC because they, you know, put new shit out every month, but you're still paying every month for that membership, I guess. Do you think that's like a good way to go about things, or?
So you think it's you're talking about season passes, right?
Yeah, the way they do their season pass kind of thing, like, you know, you don't have to get it, but you don't get any of the cool shit if you don't get it.
It's
I think it's an okay way to have it because first of all it encourages you to play, but then again you don't need it because you can still play the game. You can still play Fortnite and have the snow map there. It's not like DLC. It's just cosmetics that you unlock over time.
So I bought my very first season pass ever, and I bought it for Rocket League because I've been playing a lot of Rocket League, and I will unlock everything from this season because I play that much Rocket League, and it doesn't require me to play 8 hours a day. I can play an hour per day and still unlock everything. The season pass runs, I think, 4 months. In Rocket League, that is, and during that time it's very easy to unlock everything. But doing a season pass, I know that Black Ops 4 had their season pass, and somebody calculated the time you need to play to get everything, and it was absurd, like basically impossible to do it. And that's obviously not a good way to do season passes. On top of that,
that's basically forcing it to get your money's worth. They're forcing you to put hours into their game. They're making you play their game, basically.
And I mean, it's a fickle line to like trying to maneuver. How long do you run the season, or how many hours do you need for you to play to get everything? It's, I mean, what is good and bad? I mean, some people play games 4 to 6 hours per day, and somebody plays maybe 2 hours per week. So you'll never have a season pass that is like good for everybody. But it's certainly like a new way to monetize a game, and I think it's not as despised as other business practices.
Yeah, and I think a big part of that is whenever you're buying those, you know what you're getting into, I guess. Like there's, I mean, it's pretty transparent on what you're investing in, and And I think, honestly, I think that's a big part of what is bad about a lot of those bad practices is that there isn't transparency.
Definitely.
Like that's the problem with a lot of season passes and stuff like that, is like they, and I'm not going to say it works the same for everybody, but they don't really want you to know how much you're paying for. Does that make sense? Like they're not always, they're kind of vague. They say, well, you'll get this DLC and this DLC, but they don't really say what is in these season passes for those type of things.
Like even though I said that season passes for Borderlands were good, I think the practice of season passes is stupid. It's bad. It's bad for the consumer. I generally think that it's any time when the consumer buys something that they don't know what they're getting, it's a bad practice.
Yeah.
And that includes pre-orders, loot boxes, season passes, or I mean even some forms of DLC, or some of the season passes too. Like I mean, Rocket League has, I think it's 100 levels, and every level you get an item, but up until level 80, I think, you know what you get, and from 80 to 100, you don't know what you get.
I like how they have on the season passes is the backtracking system, that if they release a season pass now, but you play the game for like 3 months and then you want to like consider, should I buy the season pass now? I only have a month left, but you actually have accumulated levels on the way, so you can buy and get all the items that you have the levels for.
Yeah, see, that's cool about Rocket League.
Yeah,
like I can
same for like Fortnite.
Oh, okay. See, I think that's fine, because then you don't have to make the investment right now. You can play the game like how you play it, and then you can look at the season pass. Well, I'm level 60 now. If I buy the season pass now, then I get all the items that I would have gotten up until this point.
Yeah.
So at that point, at least you know what you're getting. And yeah, the Rainbow Six Siege season passes are one of those that I don't like to support, because you don't know what you're getting. Any time a consumer has to put down money for something they don't know what they're getting, I think it's a bad practice.
Well, you know you're gonna get this and this many operators.
Oh yeah, but
you don't know. Well, of course, when they release something, they're gonna be broken. Like that's the meta when it comes out, because they want to know how good they actually can be to nerf it down to when the next season starts.
See, okay, so you know you're getting operators. That's fine.
Yeah.
But you don't know what the operators will do. You don't know how they play. You don't even know if you like them. Let's say you pre-order a car. So you know you're going to get a car. But you don't know what kind of fucking car.
Yeah.
Like, no one would ever buy a car blindly. I mean, somebody might, if you have $400 in your hand and you just need a fucking car that goes forward.
I think that is pretty much the same goes for like new computer parts, like new graphics card. They say they're gonna release this RTX 2080 or something like that, but you only know numbers, and you don't really have like a real benchmark to support how good the thing actually is. And you're still gonna pre-order that because apparently it's supposed to be the best thing on the market right now.
Do people pre-order computer parts?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. Boy. Hell yeah. Dude, if you can order it, people pre-order it. Let me just throw that out there right now. What? If it can be ordered, it is pre-ordered. I pre-ordered an action figure just today, son. Well, people pre-order everything.
An action figure is a little bit different, though. You basically know what you get. But I mean, what Nort is saying is true. Like, if you pre-order a graphics card, you have no idea about the benchmarks. You have no idea if games will run good on this card or not. Like, some cards are just naturally better than others. So I mean, it's just sounds very stupid in my head that you
but
pre-order.
Same go for like cars, for example. If you want a new supercar like Nissan is making, they're gonna have like a picture and somewhat specs and like
Okay, so then
interior design, but you have to wait like 2 years before you actually get the car. And
See,
gotta
then
put
we come
down
to the
payment.
point where you have so much money that you don't give a shit anymore. if the company, I mean, when Tesla did this, it's like, oh, you want to pre-order a Tesla? Well, cough up like $500,000. Like, okay, I'll cough up $500,000. Fuck it, I'll get my car in 6 months. Who gives a shit? I'll buy fucking real estate on the next door. Who gives a shit?
See, I knew Empire would. He knows somebody who's pre-ordered a graphics card. I knew he would. He does. People do it, man.
I bet it's fucking
One thing
Empire
you have
to
to-
pre-order that fucking graphics card.
One thing you have to
like
look at
camera.
about like season passes also is like whenever I know with Borderlands the pre-sequel, I think we bought the season pass, and I think before they even released all their DLC, they got like dissolved or some shit, or they just stopped doing what they were doing. And like basically people that bought the season pass just didn't get everything because they just stopped development on the game.
See, at that point,
And-
the customer should be reimbursed. Because
Yeah.
you made a contract with that company the second you made that pre-order. You bought a product, so you expect you get something for that money, right?
Well, see, the thing is, they did release DLC. It's just they had more planned to do.
But did they release
And-
all the DLC that was promised at the season pass?
I don't know, because you could buy the season pass, I believe, before the game even came out. So
Because
I'm not sure
I know
what-
that
what
at least
they-
for Borderlands 2 and 1 and 2, if you bought the season pass, it said that you'll get the 4 major DLCs, and that's what you got.
yeah. I'm not sure what it said. 'Cause, I mean, it's been years since I bought it. So, but I know they had more planned, and they just didn't go through with it.
And I mean, yeah.
Well, we've kind of ventured from the topic a little bit.
Yeah, a
alright.
little bit, yeah.
That's
The-
fine.
the- what I want to
Yeah.
say to people: don't fucking pre-order. Never fucking pre-order. Digital copies will never run out. Don't worry about it.
I feel like you said that same thing on the.
I will
previous
say it every
podcast.
fucking podcast.
We should
Yeah.
just
Don't
open
fucking
every
pre-order.
podcast
Yeah.
on just like this close of Tumalo's face and him just going, "Don't fucking pre-order." All right, welcome to the Pantsless Podcast.
God damn.
But what
Okay.
If, what if I get my golden horse armor with a
Well,
pre-order?
go fuck yourself with your golden horse armor.
Dude, it's only $20. Just go buy it, Trevor.
It's $20, man. If anybody has $20, just fucking.
I can get it for a $5 pre-order or $20 later.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. God damn it. Okay. Should we move on to the biggest story of this fucking century?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Everybody, before we move on, everybody, I see you in chat. I want to say hi to everybody. I don't want to name names because this episode is going up on YouTube. I know I've said a couple of names. That's out of habit. But hi everybody, and thank you from the bottom of my pitch black soulless heart. That I appreciate you being here, everybody.
Hi, YouTube.
Yeah, hi YouTube.
YouTube Gorbish said hi. Because that won't be in the actual video. So I wanted to make sure that hi made it to YouTube, Gorbish. I did that just for you.
So, on to some more real stuff. Raise hands. Who played any of the Halo games back in the day?
Oh, gosh, yeah. What the heck, North?
North, get the fuck out of here.
I didn't have anything to play it on. I
Wow.
only had like PlayStation.
You didn't have a DS?
No.
Oh. No one played that one, but there was a Halo on the DS, just so you know.
God.
Do I get even more shit if I say I didn't really enjoy it?
No, I mean, enjoy or not. I mean, I think Halo 2 is one of the most overhyped games ever. I mean, people think Halo 2 was the second coming of Jesus, and oh boy, it was not.
I never owned an Xbox, so when I did play the game or any of them, like I was just never really good at them, and everyone else was way better than me at them because I just wasn't used to the controller or anything. So I was just like, yeah, fuck this game. So terrible at it.
Just so that anybody doesn't wonder why the fuck we're talking about Halo, like the series that hasn't released a good game since we were teens. Bungie has split with Activision. They have gone through a divorce, and the custody battle of their child Destiny is also over, and Bungie won. There were not a battle or anything. They just made a contract, probably. But it's noteworthy that Destiny is going with Bungie, meaning that Bungie will self-publish Destiny going forward. It's a huge move. This is not really something that happens a whole lot. Usually publishers retain the publishing rights for the intellectual properties. And certainly a product like Destiny, which is no small product, it's odd that Activision, and with the infinite amount of money that they have, decided to not keep that property. And that's the reason why we're talking about Halo.
Too bad Halo will never be what it was.
Don't worry, guys. There's a new Halo game coming out.
Is there?
Yeah, man. Fucking announced last year in E3.
Oh, yeah.
Is it gonna be on mobile?
Yeah.
No one knows. They showed a tech demo meant for not Halo, but then probably at the last minute they shoehorned the Master Chief in there just to get the fans really riled up.
I saw one thing that was good about the that'll come from the split with Destiny at least. I saw that I read that Activision was like pushing that they have to release some sort of gameplay, whether it be DLC or a new game or some sort, like every single fall. They wanted to release something brand new, and so it was pushing them to basically having to push a product out as fast as possible. And with them basically Bungie taking it over, they can work on their own time frame. So instead of putting out a game that gets shit reviews and then they got to go back and fix everything, they can actually just release a game on their own time and have it probably be worth playing right at launch.
So I have no idea when it comes down to any criticism either Destiny games have or has gotten. I don't know who is to blame. Is it Activision or Bungie? Because there's a lot of people out there who think it's Activision who is to blame, and a lot of people who think it's Bungie to be blamed. Especially knowing Bungie's history with the Halo franchise. They were mismanaged to fucking no end. And even a year before Halo 1 came out, it was supposed to be an RTS game. Now, how they managed to create it into an FPS game in 1 year is beyond me. I mean, those dudes probably never slept. Like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
But I can definitely see how they would want to release something new every fall, because the game progression stops when people hit the max level on every gun, and then you don't have pretty much anything to do, and you gotta have that new DLC to increase the weapon damage limit and get more HP on the enemies and something new. The game is gonna die out otherwise.
That's why you have the season passes and the post-launch DLCs, bro.
Yeah, but
I mean,
games like that are so dependable on DLC. It's beyond me.
I can understand that,
World of
but
Warcraft.
when they're releasing stuff that is broken and no one likes, then it doesn't help anything, you know. So I think I think most people are in the mindset of I rather get something that I actually like than something really fast and I'm not gonna like, basically. I mean, I do understand they want to put out content because they're going to, like you said, people are going to lose interest in the game because it's just playing the same thing over and over and over and grinding and things like that. But again, people don't want to play shit. They want to play stuff that's good.
Yeah, but people really like to get that, like, all the best stuff in the game, all the max levels, all the best items, and like in World of Warcraft, they release so many DLCs, increasing the levels, new bosses, more items, and that's just, they don't have to do anything. They just can release like 10 plus more levels that are super hard to get, wait a year and add another 10 levels.
Yeah. Well, see, I don't know what the exact what am I trying to say? The exact standards were for like what counts as a new release at the end of the year kind of thing. So it could have just been, you know, we'll just raise the max level 10 levels, or they may have wanted, you know, brand new, completely a new DLC that takes a lot of time. I don't know what the exactly what they were looking for. I just know they said they were looking for something new every fall to be released.
Yeah,
certainly with Destiny, the point was to release stuff in a rapid succession, to have the player base involved from basically the beginning to the end.
Yeah, and I don't know if I would say that their original plan was to have stuff released in rapid succession, but they did. I mean, they have had plans to like have them long ongoing games since the beginning, because I remember whenever Destiny 1 first released, they claimed that they had content planned for a decade. Like they weren't going to release any kind of sequel or anything or expansion. Like Destiny was going to be Destiny for a decade. That was their original plan. And they like announced that right out the gate.
Ooh. That's ambitious, man. That's real fucking ambitious.
Yeah.
That's when they ask
now,
in interviews, like, what are you going to do in 5 years? Fuck 5 years. We're going to release this game now, and we're going to have content for the next fucking decade. Do the gamers like this shit? We don't fucking care. We don't know. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, but that's essentially what happened with World of Warcraft. It went on for like 2 decades. They released the game, and they just put on new DLCs, one after another, and it worked.
Yeah,
they never said
I feel like it's coming
that,
to an end.
Yeah.
World of Warcraft could end at any time. Like Blizzard can choose to stop development, new expansions for World of Warcraft. It's a little bit different when Destiny 1 comes out and they announce that, for the next 10 years, there's going to be content. Like, nobody fucking does that.
Yeah. But it's almost like they were like, how long is WoW's expansion cycle? 2 years? We can do better than that. Hold my beer. I've got a press conference to attend. But I think that putting stuff out, like guaranteeing something big every fall is definitely doable. Especially, I don't know if anyone here played WoW that much. I mean, their like expansion cycle is every 2 years. Like every 2 years, they put out a new X-Pack in the fall. But between that, they have like probably 6 or 7 big content patches, like major content patches. So if they did anything between like their fall cycles, then they could keep people coming back. For sure.
Now the big question I have with Destiny right now is now that Bungie is legitimately an indie company. Now they're the indie guys. Because it doesn't matter how big or small the company is, when like indie means that you're developing and publishing the game yourself. So in its truest sense, but Bungie is indie right now. It will be
True.
interesting in how they will further develop Destiny, or will they start a new IP or start developing Destiny 3? Because I mean they pumped out a lot of stuff for a lot of expansions for Destiny 2 at this point. It almost seems like it's starting to come to an end. They should probably start doing something new.
I think.
Another.
Go ahead, Trevor.
I was gonna say another, unless they've already figured this out already, but are they going to like go to Steam or Discord?
Bungie
Or do we know?
launcher.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that.
Yeah, see,
I saw that.
Has anybody checked the BattleNet?
It's still there.
Yeah, they said that they're going to keep Destiny on BattleNet for now. I don't know how long for now means, but
like for 2 days.
2
yeah.
days.
Days.
You know, it may eventually swap over to wherever, but as of right now, it's going to stay there.
I mean, it'll be interesting. I assume a lot of publishers out there are probably looking at Bungie right now, because it is a huge company with a huge IP. So I think there's a lot of publishers looking into acquiring Bungie or making a deal with Bungie. I mean, it would be foolish if nobody is.
I feel like they're gonna wait a little bit longer, see what they're gonna release, and judge from that if people or if they should actually buy Bungie. Like right now, they got like $100 million investment from NetEase.
Ooh, yeah. That's true. Do you guys know what NetEase is also doing? North, you cannot answer because you know.
Cheater.
I
No,
don't know.
have no
They're
idea.
making Diablo Immortal. The same company that makes Diablo Immortal invested $100 million into Bungie.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I did see
It's
that.
gonna be Destiny on mobile.
Destiny Immortal? Say it isn't true.
Let's go. Don't you have phones, motherfuckers?
Yeah, gosh.
Yeah, apparently it's not gonna be a Destiny game. What they're doing with the money.
Yeah, they said they have another game that they haven't like released any information about in plans right now. So don't know what it is.
The 100 mil that NetEase put down on Bungie is probably like pennies for NetEase. I can only assume, because I mean Chinese money is big. So
Yeah.
who knows? It'll be interesting to see what Bungie does. Like this year is probably going to be very critical for Bungie, because they need to at least like tell the public what they're gonna do. Like the more time they take to be in the shadows, the less relevant they'll be, and the more forgotten they'll be. Nobody's gonna forget Bungie or Destiny by no means, but this is the time when you strike when the iron's hot. There's so many eyes on Bungie right now.
Yeah. For certain. They definitely do need to do something, because it would be a shame for Bungie to not be able to pedal out of this, because like you said, them having the Destiny IP that they thankfully got to take with them, and on top of that, I mean, there's been a few, especially in the last few years, with like the Bloodstained and Mighty Number 9. I mean, there have been developers that have taken basically a page out of their own book and been able to produce something that they've wanted to but don't have the rights to do anymore. So I could see them probably doing like another single player type Halo experience if the Destiny train doesn't work out.
I would think that they realize that they have a lot of riding on Destiny right now. Like, oh shit. Well, North died.
Bye, North.
And everything got fucked on the stream. I apologize, everybody.
Hey guys. Oh no, wait, is that the wrong side? Oh, over here. Hey guys.
Well now, look at this, people, for a moment. Where the fuck is north?
You want to put some...
He's on his phone, so he'll probably answer me here in a second. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm really fucking sorry for these. These are the kind of technical issues that I have nightmares of. Yeah, how's chat doing? Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Alright, my internet died, says North.
Yeah, I would say if chat has any questions or just want to spam something or whatever.
Yeah, if you have questions about photography, Trevor can answer because Trevor is a professional photographer. Or if you have questions about ISPs, Gradigi can answer those because he
true that.
He works for an ISP. And if you have questions about gambling, you can ask me because I'm not a professional gambler, but I do work for a gambling company.
I actually am the internet, so if you have any questions at all, I can tell you anything.
Yeah.
My Hero Academia? What about it, Empire?
Who's going to buy the blueprint pictures for my job? I haven't seen the blueprint pictures. I don't know.
Upcoming ARPG? What?
My Hero is such a good anime.
Good, yeah. My Hero Academia is good. Will I ever have a girlfriend? Hang on, let me shake this tiny Hulk plush my mom got me. It's a plush, so it actually didn't give me any answer, but I doubt it. Got him. Roasted.
I sneezed, but I muted the mic for the stream, so the chat didn't hear. But apologies to both Joe and Trevor.
Nice. Yeah, I mean,
Good
I guess
show
we
or
could.
best show. What are we talking about?
My Hero Academia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a good show. I haven't watched it at all actually, and it's because I don't think they made I don't think they made All Might's voice deep enough. I know it's Chris Sabat, but I don't think he did. I don't think that his voice is deep enough. I think it's too high. I think it needs to be closer to Piccolo than it is to current Vegeta, or just like season 1 Vegeta. It just needs to be deeper.
Speaking of Dragon Balls, I need to go watch the movie.
Oh, it's so good, dude. I saw it Thursday. Oh, it was so good.
Yeah, I plan on going to watch it because it's in the theaters around here for now. How long is it in theaters for? Do we know?
I think just this Wednesday and Thursday. Like it was only on last Wednesday and Thursday, and then it's on again this Wednesday and Thursday, and I think that's it.
Oh shit! I probably need to pre-order some tickets.
Yeah, I was the last. I think whenever I pre-ordered mine, there was like 4 more seats left in the theater, and that was on the second day. Like that's how tight it was for where I went. Has anyone in here seen the Broly movie? What we could do to advance our schedule so that we're not just wasting dear sweet Trevor's time, we could start talking about the games we've been playing lately.
Yeah, I wanted to show those games. We're trying a quick thing with North.
They're speaking in Spanish or something, guys. I don't know what they're saying. It's all gibberish. One of them said something about command line. So I know that one. That's the internet.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do the IP config release and renew.
Wait.
Is that what those letters? Is those the ones you? None of those. Oh, I see IP. I got you, IP. I can read.
You can read Finnish or Spanish.
Or Spanish. I see soap of IP. I guess I see you. Also, I can give you an excellent rating of Tom's beer. Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Who has
Beards
the better beard / goatee? Grategy or Tom?
Dang. I don't know. Mine does this weird split thing where it dips up a little bit right there and it even travels all the way to there. It's really weird. So probably Tom, I guess, because mine's malformed.
My beard is gonna go away probably soon-ish, and my hair.
If you combined, your beards would become one beard then.
Yeah.
Oh, it's. Have you guys ever heard the joke? It's not even like a joke. It's just a funny anecdote. If Worf from Star Trek and Hitler kissed, their mustaches wouldn't touch.
God damn it.
Isn't that so stupid? I love it.
God damn it.
Is he coming back?
I actually don't know what's wrong with Nort's thing.
Can he look at his modem?
He doesn't have one. That's the problem. He has.
What does he have?
He has
Yep.
the cable. The internet cable is straight from the wall to his computer.
Does he live in an apartment?
Yes.
Dang, rough. And I'm assuming that internet is provided by the apartment complex owner.
Probably.
Fudge, dude. That eats butts.
I guess you need to readjust the cameras.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And then let's move on, or get a guest from chat.
Guest from chat. I don't know if I can cope with that. Fuck it. We'll edit this. We'll edit it live. Here we go.
Okay.
So for.
I mean, it's do we want to do that, or do we just want to see if someone from chat wants to join us? I mean, I know at least 2 people I would trust in a podcast. Oh, sweet! I can see our chat logs. It's 4 a.m. Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's F it. I'm gonna just adjust the cameras, and
Okay.
we'll move on. Unfortunate, to say the least. I apologize for everything.
R.I.P. North.
Yeah,
I don't
R.I.P. North.
apologize for anything.
You can chat kind of has to look at weird shit for a moment right now. Some weird shit is happening. Don't panic. This is so fucking stupid. Oh man. Now, where were we, by the way?
I think we were just kind of wrapping up the Bungie things.
Okay. Yeah. Hopefully Bungie does come up on top on that one. It would be sad to see if Bungie just gets shit on.
Yeah, that would be really, really not great.
That is correct. There, 2 cameras already set up. Doing this in record speed, boys. We're zooming here. So fucking hard.
The hardest zoom.
The hardest of all the zooms. And make Joe a little bit bigger.
Oh, I'm a thick boy. That's what my mom tells me anyway.
Damn.
That's what we should do. Put up a random meme over North's name.
Way ahead of you, man. Oh shit. Bigger. That's good enough. Yeah. Yeah, baby. There we go. Random meme.
See, look, we could have. What's a sweep? Oh, we can swear. Oh, Sully.
Jesus. There's no like
That's
high
a
definition
kid,
version of this shit.
Yeah, I'm not getting it. Okay, so that means that he's.
Do that, and then we add an image. This is so stupid right now.
But I love it.
The fuck? The fuck?
Oh yeah.
That's North.
Oh yeah.
That's North for everybody.
It looks just like him. Where did you get this made? Like this.
That's a good picture of North. Way back in the day.
Wow.
That's
That was when he went to the hospital.
Yeah, that's when he smashed his face in.
Yeah.
True
Poor guy. He
story.
lost his nose and everything.
Yeah, true story.
Yeah, he got a little less handsome after the accident, but that's pretty good too, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were wrapping up the Bungie thing.
Yeah, the Bungie thing. We have about an hour left here.
Okay. Let's do the. I'm actually kind of excited about this rumor thing because I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, let me pull up my shit here. I'm so fucking disoriented.
Because after that,
okay,
we really
yeah.
don't have much left. But
yeah, let's talk about the rumor. I don't have a topic card for it because but fine. Yeah, so the rumor is that Fallout 76 is gonna go free to play, and it is what it is. That's the entire thing. It's a rumor, so obviously, like no one knows if it's gonna happen or not.
Do we know like who kind of started the rumor? Like where it originated from?
So it started when a company called EB Games in Australia, which I assume it's kind of like Amazon, but that they have like retail stores.
EB Games is like GameStop. Like GameStop and EB Games have the same parent company.
Oh, okay. So EB Games in Australia started pulling copies of Fallout 76, the base game, off of shelves. And somehow somebody got the information that it's not EB Games' decision to do this, but the distributor's decision, which I can only assume is a company somehow tied to ZeniMax or Bethesda. But noteworthy here is that EB Games in New Zealand is not doing this, and neither is any other retailer in the world doing this. But that is basically where the rumor started, because of EB Games in Australia pulling them off of the shelves.
That could just be, well, I'm assuming they sell the game in other places in Australia too, right? So I was going to say that could just be something to do with like, censorship issues or some shit. And then pulling the copy. But if they're not doing it in other stores in Australia, I don't know. That's just weird.
I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, that's like, I don't know if if any other store is doing it other than EB Games. Also, by the way, Gradigi, if you notice North like getting his internet back, just tell me, because I don't see the Discord chats right now.
Yeah, I have it pulled up. I'll let you know if I see him go off mobile.
Nice. But yeah, it's noteworthy though that, and this has nothing to do with the game's quality. I don't care like if Fallout 76 is a good or a bad game. The fact is that it has sold poorly, and it has gotten a lot of backlash. So if Bethesda thinks that they'll make more money off of it if they go free to play, then they'll probably do it.
Yeah. Escherani makes a good point. He says maybe they don't want customers to destroy their stores because they don't take games back.
Rough.
Yeah.
Now, I will say this, because I Googled it, because I was kind of curious if it was like a single EB Games, or if it was EB Games as a whole. And while I did that, I actually found an article that came out 2 hours ago. And let me just verify this tweet. But it looks like Bethesda has come out and said that there's no truth to that rumor.
Okay.
Let me just check their actual thing. Bethesda. Yeah, there is no truth to this rumor. That was 8 hours ago, so that was earlier today.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
I mean,
never mind.
Yep.
I still think that it's possible.
Yeah, I obviously it probably won't happen. Now that they've just openly said there is no truth to this rumor, it won't happen anytime soon, but it could happen.
Yeah. So let's do a hypothetical, though. Like, do you think it would have been a good idea for them to do that?
Go free to play?
Yeah.
Probably.
At this point, if this game doesn't sell anymore, then yes. With free to play, you would get a surge in players. And though in that surge, there are potential customers that would buy microtransactions.
Yeah. I would assume that by now, everyone that's bought the game, that wants to buy the game, has probably bought the game. So
until it goes on sale for like $5, that's whenever you'll get like the last few little trickle purchases.
Well, yeah. And like even Bethesda can't utilize stuff like Steam sales or anything because they don't sell the game on Steam, so you
right.
Still think it's a poor decision to do, but I'm not the marketing chief of Bethesda, so I can't make those decisions.
True that.
But yeah, I don't think the game, or like, it probably sells a copy here or there, but the most crucial point of a game's life cycle is the initial release. That's when you hit the most players. That's when most of the players will buy the game or choose not to. A very small subset of people will deliberately wait for a sale, but they're nowhere near the masses that buy the game on release week or release day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you just fail there, then it's gone.
Yeah. So say all you gotta do is wait a week for this game, and it went from $60 to $30.
Yeah. Fuck everybody who bought it like on day one, right?
Yeah. Fuck those guys.
Yeah.
What kind of big bearded fat idiot would buy it on day one?
Who on earth buys games when they release?
Yeah. What a tool bag.
It's bad that like with a lot of big developers now, like that is happening where you're like, well, I don't want to buy it on release day because I know it's going to be fucked.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not every developer, obviously, but you know, Bethesda being one of the big ones. Like,
yeah, for sure. Bethesda being one of the big ones, and there's another game that's coming out.
Uh-oh.
North is back.
God
damn it, North! We just got it set up.
Just get set up, you fucking fuck.
But we're leaving the picture.
It's working.
We're leaving the picture.
I have to adjust everything again. I have to adjust everything again.
What did you do?
Well, we took a poll with our audiences, and they actually prefer this North.
What the fuck is that?
They actually prefer this North over the previous North. So
all right, guys, I'm gonna leave now. See you guys.
Don't you fucking dare.
While you're readjusting the cameras again, I'm gonna go grab a drink real fast. So I will be 2 minutes.
Yeah, do that. Oh shit! What did I do? Okay, we'll do that.
I was complaining to Sully about my internet and sitting on the bed, and I see like this flash coming from my monitor, and I was like, holy shit, it's working. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. So North, we discovered that the the Fallout 76 going free to play is not true.
Not true?
Nope.
Yeah, apparently it's complete bogus.
Yep. It's just a rumor, and that was it.
I wonder, like, who came up with that? Like,
Well, I explained the entire thing, and unfortunately, I'm not gonna do that again.
I'll watch the podcast.
Nah, I wouldn't do that. We were just talking about how good you were. I probably would just ignore
I doubt it. Talking shit behind my back. Goddamn Lord, always failing to show up when it's the go time.
Yeah, man, that's exactly what we did.
He left to play Tarkov Raid. Is that true?
No.
Where the fuck is Trevor on this picture? Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry for our poor production value, you know? There's Trevor. That
Yeah.
handsome looking man. Then we
True
do
that.
then we do Tomulo. Tomulo's right there. Oh shit. There, man.
Yep. There you go. Right there.
Right there. Just a little bit there, a little bit. Okay, that doesn't work there, so a little bit over here. Like that. Jesus Christ, there we go. Then North stays like he is.
Thanks to popular demand.
I'll switch.
Okay.
I'll switch you, buddy. I'm not gonna delete that Pikachu picture though.
No, it needs to stay.
Yeah,
You
just
probably
put that
keep
over.
it- Just keep it in the scene.
All right, we're back. We're back at it again. I'm sorry for everything. What were we talking about? Fallout, yeah.
Oh,
No, it's so the rumor's dead.
Oh. Yeah, while you were gone, I did some internet sleuthing north. That's what we spent the entire time doing, not talking shit about you. That was Bethesda officially responded to the free-to-play rumor and said that there's no truth to it. So it is definitely not going free-to-play at this time.
But it definitely will, like, hurt Fallout 76 that someone made a rumor that it's going to go free to play.
For sure.
No, everyone's like, oh, man.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll hurt whatever little sales they, and I'm not saying that to sound malicious or anything, but whatever little sales they were going to get are probably done.
Yeah.
So,
Or Fallout.
Damn. Lost out on that $45.
But we have about an hour still, so we're gonna talk about this now. It was already mentioned in chat. I saw it, chat. I keep a close fucking eye. It's right fucking there. I see your shit. Alien Blackout got revealed. And for those who don't know, Alien Blackout is the hot new mobile game that is reminiscent of Five Nights at Freddy's, coming to your hot mobile device soon on iOS
Really?
and Android.
it's a Five Nights clone?
Yeah. Oh, that's what people are like talking about. Or the hot like day when they talked about it.
Yeah. Yeah, the hot minute.
Yeah.
That's, if there was to be a Five Nights at Freddy's clone, the Alien series is there's worse options.
Oh, definitely.
Because that's pretty spooky scary.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I do agree. But see, the reason people are really pissed off at this is the official Alien Twitter started teasing this shit, where they named, I think, the main protagonist from Alien Isolation. I forget what her name is, like something Ripley. And so
Ripley is
Yeah, Ripley.
but it's like from the movie Ripley, it's her daughter. Anyway, so they start hyping this or teasing this project. So naturally, people think that, oh shit, it's gonna be Alien Isolation 2, like the horror franchise that came out of nowhere that people really liked and been itching for a sequel ever since. And then they released this shit, and you can literally pre-order it right now on your phone if you would like to. Now I know this because I went and on my phone and like Alien Blackout. It at that point it dawned on me. People pre-order mobile games?
That's weird. Yeah.
What did I say?
Said. Yeah. Well,
Who has raise of hands? Who has ever pre-ordered a mobile game? Chat, raise your fuck. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Dude, I pre-downloaded a mobile game, so sue me, dude. I've got like a little induction charger on my desk at work. I just sit there and play mobile games all day. It was a Digimon Gacha game, and I wanted to make sure I got the exclusive Agumon day one, dude. You don't understand. You just don't get me, Mom.
No, definitely I don't get you, dude.
All right,
Yeah,
gotta get them exclusive items.
You gotta get that exclusive stuff. Sully, come on. Come on, Gorbish too? What the heck is happening, boys? Get all those F's away. See?
Oh my God.
Gorbish gets it now. It was Digimon, dude. It was the first Digimon mobile game. You guys just don't get it. You had to be.
I remember watching Digimon like way back when it started coming out on TV. And the only thought I had is like Pokemon is like way fucking better. Plus the Finnish dub of Digimon is infamous at this point for us Finns because it is one of the worst dubs I have ever heard. It is so fucking bad. But it's like no point to show because I mean it's still Finnish, so nobody would fucking understand what they say.
Yeah, I mean, you're right.
Oh, actually seen the dub.
Oh.
It's the best dub in the world if you are looking for bad dubs. But yeah, so Alien Blackout is coming out. There's no release date, but it's coming soon. You can pre-order it on your mobile phone for like, I don't know, $5 or some shit. And it's a Five Nights at Freddy's clone.
Did Five Nights at Freddy's ever like develop more past the original game, or was it just repeats of the original? Like, because the only thing I remember of any gameplay I saw of Five Nights at Freddy was the original one, and it was basically like a JPEG that you just kind of like scanned, looked at, and then something would jump out at you.
Ooh, boy, Trevor, you have no idea how many
that's
Five Nights at Freddy's games there are.
That's a rabbit hole, is what that is. There is a lot to it. They came out with 5 games.
One guy made them all.
There's 5 games, 3 books, and 2 spin-off games. So there's quite a bit.
Yeah, like I knew they came out with multiple games afterwards. I just don't know like how much have they evolved. I guess is what I'm asking.
Oh, there's no evolution, man.
So I'm saying like so the clone, is it like the original, or is there like
they're all like different? The original, just in another setting.
I think he's asking if the Alien Isolation is like the original, is like the regular one. Because the 2 spin-off games are not. The 2 spin-off games, like one of them's an RPG, and then the other one's like a pizza simulator or something. I don't know.
Okay. See, that's what I'm saying. You're saying it's a clone of Five Nights at Freddy's. So I'm saying, like, is it a clone of the original one, or like the Five Nights at Freddy's at 3, or what?
Yeah. Oh, so it's a clone of the original FNAF formula.
Okay.
So you have a bunch of cameras and you try to, like in the Alien thing, how like this is what I think based on the video I saw and the article, that you try to direct people to safety.
Mm-hmm.
And you can like you have a certain amount of power you can distribute on the level, and then you look through cameras if you see the alien or not, and you try to get the people to safety. But it's essentially like a spin on the FNAF formula. But it probably, I mean, I'm not gonna buy it.
Nah.
Wait, is it not free?
No.
Oh, I should specify the Digimon game I pre-ordered was free. I pre-downloaded it.
Oh, yeah, no. It costs money.
That's
and
really
you can
nice.
pre-order it right now on your mobile device.
Do we know what the cost of it is? Is it like kind of like a normal mobile game where it's between $2 to $5, or is it like
it was like $5?
like
I don't have my phone
Okay.
here, and I can't stand up because I'm not wearing pants, so I can't go get my phone. It's in the other room. Story.
That's pretty reasonable. Well, I mean, I guess I could check it.
Yeah, I'm looking too.
But the main point of like bringing this up is the outrage that people had.
Yeah, I'm shocked at the balls, like the sheer balls on the person that was like, we saw how much people hated Diablo Immortal. Let's go ahead and do this right now.
I mean, yeah, essentially, like it's kind of baffling. Like they must have known how well Diablo Immortal was received, at least like not the game itself, but the announcement. And they must have known how much people actually did enjoy Alien Isolation. So what did they expect when they start teasing a Alien game? And people obviously assume it's going to be a sequel to Isolation. And then it's not. Then you fart out this fucking mobile game. Like, I don't understand. I don't fucking understand. Like, how stupid are these PR people?
Yeah.
Do you think it's going to do well
No.
overseas anywhere?
No. This game is definitely not made for the Chinese market.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking myself. They
It
would
just
be the
feels
people
like that. It feels
Go ahead.
like that they saw that. Oh, they're making a mobile game. Maybe we should make one too.
I mean, it'll sell some copies. I think that where it will fail is the price tag. I think if it were free to play, it'll have much better chance of succeeding.
Yeah. Now, whenever I just looked it up, it didn't have a price on on my phone. It just said pre-register, so I'm not sure.
Okay. I'm gonna go grab my phone. I'll be right back. You can watch it my avatar for a hot minute.
Sick.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never been one to buy mobile games at all, or even play them, even free ones. I really do that. I know that the market's out there, but I just don't see Alien being, because like to me the market is either, like we've talked about before, like people live over in China, or very young kids, or like middle-aged mothers that are sit at home with nothing to do. And I don't see that game being for any of them, branded for any of them.
Yeah. Because I know like a lot of like I said, I do play quite a few mobile games at work and stuff, but they're all games that like I can push a button and then I can look away and do work for 5 minutes, and then I can go back, I can hit a button and then look away and do work for 5 minutes. But if that is anything like Five Nights, you're not going to be able to do that. You're not going to be able to. That requires constant attention so that you don't get your guts eaten out. So I think that it'll be missing out on a lot of that type of American audience. Now overseas and stuff, I don't know, because I know that they do a lot of more gaming mobile than we do.
So the price the price I get, obviously euros. It is €5.50.
So it's like what, like $6 basically, $6.50, something like that in
I
US.
would assume they go for a similar price for dollars anyway. Just like with any game, really.
I'm assuming the game is meant to be scary, and that's another thing. I'd like, mobile games just don't seem scary to me. Like, so I just don't see the point in it.
You can't you be immersed when you play your Alien game on the subway, bro? Immersion.
Yeah.
That's what I was just thinking, is like it's not gonna have the same appeal because it's not as immersive. Like the whole time I'm playing a game on my phone, I'm conscious that I'm playing a game on my phone. Like, at no point do I ever lose myself in it. Except for that one time I thought I was a Digimon master, but we won't talk about that.
Yeah, maybe they like expect people to have high immersion, like in those mobile game commercials where Arnold's running in the field and there's bombs going off. Like, wow.
Yeah, yeah,
Those
exactly.
over the top commercials.
And that's part of what makes FNAF, Five Nights at Freddy's, so good, is that in those, and I can't play them because I'm a giant pussy. Let's put that out there right now. I am a giant pussy. I hate scary games.
Me too,
But
man, me too.
I have been able to analyze Five Nights at Freddy's, and I understand why it's so popular to people that like getting spooked. And it's because at any given time, you are focusing, like laser sight focusing on one thing at a time. Am I looking at my lights? Are my lights good? Are my doors closed? And because you're so immersed in focusing on managing these different things, that the jump scares get you. But whenever I'm sitting here like this and I can just like see the whole screen all at once, it's like, oh shit, an alien. I'm not like laser focused on anything in there, so there's nothing to jump out and scare me.
And I mean, that's essentially where I don't like. Alien is just a horror game. Like that's how Isolation got popular, because of the immersive horror. Like any horror game lives or dies with its immersion, right? Like I've never gotten these games that are marketed as, or even movies like they're action horror. Like, no, it's not horror, it's action. Just because you have zombies in your movie or game doesn't make it horror. Like, you can have undead things and you can blast their heads off. It's action at that point. But like, I've never played Isolation. I have the game. I intend on playing it. The little I've seen when Gorbish streamed it, the very beginning of the game, like, I was fucking scared shitless. And I wasn't even playing. And I want to play that. I was scared shitless when I played Resident Evil 7 on stream. And in that game you can fight back, and I still was scared. Like, and it's all part of like how the game world presents itself.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think Blackout will. I don't think it will sell.
Yeah, I mean, in a lot of those type of cases, you have to really build a world around your monster, with your game, and I don't think that kind of stuff is going to happen on a mobile platform.
Yeah. Well,
so, that's pretty much that.
We'll see about that, I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
Prove us wrong.
Let's go to the also Trevor. I added a game on like for you to talk about. You'll talk about that game if you want to.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
Yeah, I kind of didn't ask anything. I just added there. Like you can I don't know, do whatever you do, man.
Right now?
Yeah. I mean, I don't care who starts. But yeah, games we've been playing. What have we been playing? Who goes first?
I'll go first. I've been playing a lot of Smash Bros. A lot of the not a lot of the Messenger. I wish I was playing the Messenger right now. And I finished Final Fantasy IX, so I'm out of the no voice acting PS1 era Final Fantasy games, which I'm really sad about because those were actually really good games. I wasn't expecting the PS1 ones to be as good as they were.
Did you start? You said you started with like the first one, and you're just working your way through them.
Yep, I'm on 10 now. I started 10 on Saturday. I did that 12-hour stream on Saturday. So
yeah, talk about 10 a little bit, because this is for those who don't know. Gradigeek's playing the FF games blind. He's never played them before, so he's going like game for game, like the main series.
Yeah,
so,
1 through 15, excluding the MMOs, and I'm not 100%ing them. I'm just doing a casual playthrough. 10 is pretty wild. I really like the combat system and the leveling system and stuff. I like that you're able to like switch people around all the time. I think that is like the perfect middle ground for only people in the combat getting XP and everyone getting XP. Because whenever everyone gets XP, it almost feels like you're a little cheated. But whenever no one is getting it, it's frustrating because you kind of get shoehorned into whatever team you've used the most. And because in a lot of these games, it forces certain people into your party, depending on whether or not that person is even with you, you will end up with like 3 or 4 people being the strongest guys. But being able to switch out mid-combat and do things at the drop of a hat, I think is a huge benefit to that game. I won't even talk about Blitzball. I'm just going to skim over Blitzball. Blitzball can suck my unmentionables. It is not good. But the rest of the game is great, and I'm honestly excited to play through it. I just found out the first twist, which I won't say, because I didn't know it, so I'm not... And you guys are like, it's like 15 years old. Why didn't you know it? Well, I didn't play it, and I don't want to ruin it for someone else. I avoided one major spoiler for 15, 16 years, and I don't want to be the one to blow it for someone else, but it's pretty good.
Yeah,
I won my first... What a... Fuck you, no empire with the...
I played 10 way back on the PS2, close to its release, and it was a big departure for me, coming from the PS1 Final Fantasies. I did like the game. Back then, my English was not nearly as good as it is now. Not that it's great this day. I'm not saying that, but I didn't mind the voice acting. A lot of people, even to this day, say that the voice acting is really, really bad. And I'm like, kind of, it's voice acting. I can't distinguish on what's good and bad. I know the laughing scene is usually the one that people point out, and admittedly, it's really cringy. But that was kind of the point for the scene. They were trying to make positive of a situation that's devastating in the first place.
Yeah, and I think that probably helped me appreciate that scene a little bit more, because I have a lot of friends who are super into the Final Fantasy games, and they had, so that's like, I think that's probably the most infamous thing from that game is that laugh. So I was already told about it, knew about it, and had seen clips and stuff. But someone finally told me, they were like, you just need to go into it knowing that it is actually supposed to be cringy. Like, it's meant to be an awkward moment with Titus and with Yuna. So it made that scene a little bit more endearing to me, knowing that it was supposed to be awkward for both of them.
I will say, however, Blitzball is one of the greatest minigames ever conceived in a Final Fantasy game, and the people who disagree don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Joe,
Just come out with a Blitzball mobile game.
I'd buy that.
Awesome.
I'd fucking
my
pre-order
God,
that.
dude.
I would pay the DLCs, the season passes. I would lick those microtransaction balls if they release a Blitzball mobile game. Oh man,
That's horrible.
I mean, legitimately, I don't think Blitzball is bad. I understand the people who dislike it.
Sully agrees with me, and
Yeah, I know
he's
Sully hates it.
he's a pretty good friend of mine. You could say we're BFFs. I've talked to him at least half a dozen times now over the past 29 years. And he's also a speedrunner, so that gives him even more authority,
Especially when he doesn't even speedrun 10.
Yeah. Well, I didn't say he speedran 10. I just said he was a speedrunner. Anyway, enough about that. It is a good game, and I'm actually really looking forward to playing it more. I don't even want to say that much about the Messenger. You just need to play it. If you like Ninja Gaiden, if you like tough 2D platformers, the Messenger is the game that you need to play. It's a lot of fun, and I can't wait to beat it. Did I go through that too fast? Did I transition too quickly? Do you have a clip
do talk about one thing though.
Okay.
I'm gonna play the. Wait, is this a legitimately like a 14-second clip. Oh, because it is a clip. How about that? We'll play this shit.
Okay.
I was gonna say I haven't played the Messenger, but I've seen Tom play it a little bit, and like I don't know, it looks fun, but like just watching it, like it also doesn't look fun. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like I didn't mean to say it looks not fun when I watch people play it.
Yeah.
Like, so what would be your pitch to me that makes it fun? Because like when I watched Tom, I was just like, oh, he's hopping around, I guess. You know.
Well, I mean, I guess if you were like on the fence or just didn't like it, I mean, do you like 2D platformers like Mega Man or Ninja Gaiden? Do you like Shovel Knight? Have you played Shovel Knight?
I haven't played it, but I've seen it. I want to play it. It looks really good. Like I would say that game looks really good.
Yeah, well, the way that it controls, because there is a whole lot of jumping around and stuff, and that's part of it, because whenever you hit somebody, you get an additional jump. So like there's a lot of like mid-air jumping and stuff and things you have to do on the fly, or if you're good at doing them on the fly, you can skip. Like I'm just playing through it casually, and there's already been about like a dozen times where I'm like, man, if I were a speedrunner, this would be a fucking sick level right here.
Yeah.
And that's what's, if you like to be able to like visually measure how much better you're getting at a game, the Messenger is definitely something that, because in the beginning you're kind of like awkwardly doing those double jumps I was telling you about, but at the end of it, I mean, you're juggling yourself on bosses.
Would you say that it's like akin to like Super Meat Boy, like where it's just hopping around basically in a way, but like
Not really.
you still get a very a sense of accomplishment when you
Absolutely
do what you're trying to do.
Pride and accomplishment?
Yeah, I would 100% that you say that you get that same kind of stuff, because there is a lot of parts that are very super. Like you can tell that they're Super Meat Boy inspired, and whenever I played it last time, I think I even brought that up, because Super Meat Boy is a big fan of having like two buzzsaws and then like the tiny little platform, you know, right? And there's a lot of parts that are exactly that in the Messenger, where it's like two energy buzzsaws going and then a little platform that you have to wall climb on. So there's, if you just like challenging, if you really like challenging platformers, then I would definitely recommend trying it. And I think right now, if you have Twitch Prime, it's free.
Yeah, quick shout out to Twitch Prime. With Twitch Prime right now, you can get Devolver games for free. A bunch of Devolver games. So there will be the Messenger there. You can get Piku Niku, which is a game that hasn't even come out yet. You can get that game right now. And then there's Red Strings Club and some other games that I failed to recall because I played most of them.
Well,
But-
I have to get it then.
Yeah.
But
I mean, if you have Twitch Prime, I would 100% say that. I think if you think Shovel Knight looks good and you like Super Meat Boy and you like those kind of games, I think it'll probably be so good you'll end up wanting to buy it on Steam. Like that's the type of good game that it is. Because I think retail it's only like $15, $15 or $20.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those games that the more you play through it, you are actually able to see yourself get better at that game. So, did you have a 14-second clip or something, Tom?
No, I just misclicked. I thought it was the entire video.
The
The one thing I'll say about the Messenger, it's my game of the year 2017. I mean 18, and it's the OST of 2018. Absolutely fucking love that game.
It does have some pretty sick tunes. It is some really good music.
But I want you to talk about Gradigi, about this. Put that at full screen. Wink. Now that you've entered
Oh,
the
okay.
PS2 Final Fantasies, how would you rank Final Fantasy games on the PS1?
I definitely think, in my opinion, 9 was the best of them. I not to say that 8 and 7 are bad. I think 8 is really shit on for no reason after playing it. Because I was on that bandwagon before I played it. I used to be like, yeah, it almost sucks as much as Final Fantasy VIII. But now that I've played Final Fantasy VIII, I'm just going to start saying that almost sucks as bad as Final Fantasy II. That's a bad game. But out of the ones on the PS1, Final Fantasy IX was definitely my favorite. I think that it had like the best story progression. It had a lot of good character development. There was a few that weren't, and that's possibly because I didn't do as much side stuff. But there was like 5 characters in there that all had huge character arcs, and then there was also Freya Freya, Quina, and Amarant, and they just kind of existed to the end of the game. But I think that it's definitely the strongest of the 3. 8 was still really good. I think 8 is probably the most underrated Final Fantasy. But I really enjoy the combat system in that. I thought that having your Guardian Force or your Summons level instead of you was really interesting. And that really it's almost like having... It's almost akin to 10's like swapping system, where in 10, because you're able to swap people in and out, everyone is viable all the time. Same thing in Final Fantasy VIII, because you essentially assign a character all their levels with their Guardian Force. Almost everyone is viable all the time. And I think that's really cool, because that's one thing that I didn't like about 7. And one of the only downsides to 9 was that due to plot, there's a lot of times where people just aren't in your party. So of course, Zidane is always going to be in your party. His love interest is always going to be in your party. So you end up getting shoehorned. I mean, right there, you've got 2 people in your party that are going to be way higher level than everyone else because they're always around. Where 8 and 10 they both figured out that problem. And the way 7 circumvented that problem is that they just didn't make anyone special. Anyone can do everything. The only difference between characters in 7 was the limits, and I actually hated that. I thought that was really dumb.
I just want to make it super clear to chat right now
that Blitzball still sucks.
That too, but the more prominent point is that Gradigi thinks, or his opinion is, that Final Fantasy VII is the worst Final Fantasy on PS1.
Now, I would say that that's probably accurate, but 7 is still a fine game. 7 is still a fine game. But I just thought that the story was only good for like the last 2 discs. There wasn't anything really that great about the leveling system. The combat was like the exact same as 6. And for that matter, was like the exact same as 4 and 5. It just wasn't good. Final Fantasy VII is definitely the worst PS1 era Final Fantasy. Luckily, it's not Final Fantasy 4, dude. Come on now.
4 is great. Let's not have this.
You
be a
raised
Final
me up
Fantasy
just to slay
discussion.
me down. No, that's fine. Yeah, I do think, although it's still a fine game. There's nothing wrong with any of the PS1 Final Fantasies. But in my humble opinion, having now played 10 in a row, no big deal. 7 is probably the weakest of them. If you could get the good storytelling from the latter half of Disc 3 and all of Disc 4 and somehow apply that quality to the whole game, it would be sick as hell. I would play that game again right now.
Just don't say that on any Final Fantasy subreddit.
I said it to Tom. Check Discord. Dude, he's about to slam jam me in your DMs.
I can't check Discord right now.
He can.
I can check it on my phone.
And then the other game I've been playing is Smash. I'm not gonna dilly dally on that too long. I love Smash. I'm gonna play it all the time, always. So that's actually the only AAA title I've bought on like a digital download for my Switch because I'm a collector, so I buy things. And I was like, you know what? I always want to play Smash Brothers, so let's just have it always in my console. So I bought the digital download version.
So the reason Sully wanted me to check Discord.
Uh-oh.
As your friend and lover, I'm going to need you to read this aloud. I'm doing that right now. I suggest you omit Sir Gradiggy from the remainder of all future endeavors. There is no particular reason for this decision, but it's extremely important for all the future of life as we know it.
Wow. I'm destroyed. You grabbed my heart and you ripped it straight out of my chest, Sully.
Yeah, man.
Wow. Well, I mean, all I can say is Final Fantasy VII still sucks.
God damn it.
You heard it here first, folks.
Look, I have a little bitty Laguna, or whatever this dude's name was, and a tiny little Zidane with a help bubble. I don't have Cloud anywhere. Cloud is nowhere on my desk, but I've got these guys. You know, it's got to stand for something. Not much.
Damn it.
All right, who's next?
Well, shit, yeah. North or Trevor?
I can go first.
I'll go.
Oh.
You can go.
Or-
I was just say I could go because I don't have much to talk about. And
yeah,
I think
me neither. I hardly played the game.
Well, I'm pulling up Trevor's thing here. So Trevor goes.
Ah.
Oh, Trevor, go.
Yeah. So I honestly haven't been able to play too many games. Basically none almost since the last podcast, just because of work and everything. But past couple of days I was able to play Far Cry 5 for a little bit, and as of right now I'm really enjoying it. I've only played Far Cry 2 before, and I remember it's been a while since I played that, but I remember like at some point in that game you get malaria, and I remember like you just have these like malaria fits and you got to take medicine all the fucking time in that game. And if you don't progress in the story, because I like to just fucking dick around and just run around and do things. If you don't progress in the story, your little fits get worse and worse and more persistent. And it really turned me off from playing that game. And that's what kind of turned me off from even like attempting to play Far Cry 3 and Far Cry 4. Because I was like, well, I had a bad experience with Far Cry 2. And but you know, apparently I picked this up, and I don't know, I'm having fun with it. I don't really know how much to say about it because I only played it for a few hours. I do like the fact that it's unexpected things can happen, and I think that's a really great thing in a game. Is like when I was playing today, it was like the first, I don't know, hostages I was supposed to save. I guess they were just driving in the back of a van and coming down the street. So I was like, oh, I gotta save these hostages. So I like took out the driver, and he immediately just veered off and went into the lake, and I couldn't save the hostages because they were drowning in the fucking lake. And you know, things like that. Like I just you know, I think that's what makes the game like replayable, because you don't know what's going to happen. Like, you know, Grand Theft Auto 5, you can play the story, you know, 100 times and something different is going to happen every single time. And I feel like this is just one of those games that's going to be like that. It may get repetitive or something like that. I have no idea, because like I said, I've only played a few hours of it. But yeah.
What I would say, I played Far Cry 5 when it came out. I think it's a very decent game. I don't have a lot of gripes with it. It does get a little bit repetitive towards the end, where I started like rushing through things to get like through the story, and not talking about the story. What I'll say is the story quality is not consistent through the game. There's bits that are way better than other bits, depending on which area you liberate first.
Yeah, I would say that so far, just like the characters and things like that, like the main bad guy or whatever. Like, I like his character. You know, he seems pretty interesting, and I don't know about the other 3 or 4 characters that they have, the main bad guys. I haven't messed around with them, but I know for him, I do think that he's an interesting character, and just like his personality is pretty I don't know, cool, I guess you could say.
It seems that it's a little bit difficult for not Ubisoft, but in general, it might be a little bit difficult to have 4 villains, and for all of those 4 villains to be equally interesting. Like, some of them are going to be more interesting than others. I would say Far Cry 5 has 1 interesting villain, and the rest of them are pretty generic.
Yeah. I'm also from the South, so this game kind of appeals to me because it's like,
of course, you get that
takes place in
hillbilly
the-
mentality.
Yeah, I do like that.
I have hillbilly mentality. Maybe I should play Far Cry 5.
Like, honestly, it's a very decent game. Like, even though I say it gets a little bit repetitive, it's still a very, very, very good FPS game. Like, it's
So what, Trevor? Maybe you can tell me, since you've just played it. What I know I played Far Cry 3, and you're basically stuck on this island, and that's why you're doing all this, because you're doing it to survive. You're in just Montana. Why don't you just go home?
Just
Like,
go
I don't
home.
Let's see if I can remember what's happened. Well, you're kind of like a police officer, and you're basically, you fly in and like you're just arresting the protagonist. I don't remember his name, the main dude. And as you're arresting him, you crash, and they take a bunch of your, I don't know, your partners hostage and stuff like that. So you're trying to save them and take the bad guys down because you're a police officer. And they're in a cult in this whole area, so they have like, they've blocked out all radio signals and all this shit, so you can't contact the outside world. I mean, you could just drive off and do it, but you know,
Right.
that's not a fun game.
Yeah.
But so that's kind of the point of like what you're doing is, you know, you're just trying to stop the cult and at the same time save your friends.
I got you.
I guess they're friends. They're more just coworkers.
Yeah.
But it's a very solid FPS, like a very solid game on a gameplay level.
Yeah, so far the guns, everything feels smooth, feels nice. And I don't have any complaints about anything so far. Everything seems very well done as of right now.
If it didn't launch through Uplay, I'd probably already have it. Because I do think it looks good, and I like the idea of it being like a local threat. Like, that's a very real... I mean, I don't think a hillbilly cult kidnapping you and all your best friends is a real situation that is likely. But, you know, it's not very often that games like that are set in, like, modern day America, you know?
Yeah.
Initially, when the game came out, because it obviously has very prominent political undertones and political, like, the storyline is very political. So people were kind of hoping that it goes all out on that political thing, and the game really never did. It kind of, and I know that people were hoping that it would like put jabs on a particular US president that is sitting in office right now, and the game obviously didn't do that, and that seemed to piss off some people.
Yeah. I mean, that would be just dumb for them to do that, though. You know, you would take out half of your player base just for that reason alone.
Obviously, I mean,
And I don't see how the story would progress somehow to the point to like mock a president or something. Like I don't see how it would progress.
Yeah. Or they could easily just put a character that maybe had, you know, a certain haircut or something in the game, and you had to go kill him or something. I don't know. But I think that would be a very dumb choice for them to do.
Yeah, I agree. It would be very dumb to take a stance on anything, especially like current events in politics is stupid.
I mean, they do in the game. Like, you'll meet certain characters, and they will like refer to the cult members as liberals and hippies and things like that. So they do kind of throw in some, like Tom was saying, like some politics in there and stuff. But I'm sure the story gets a little bit more political as you get in. But I haven't seen that. But just derogatory terms, I guess calling someone a liberal might be considered derogatory. In some ways. But yeah, they do that as well.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan. Not to kind of change the subject, but I'm just not a fan whenever games try to send that kind of stuff, like one way or the other, even if it is something I might agree with. Obviously, a super conservative cult isn't in that list, but like even whenever they try to push any kind of agenda at all, I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, it feels like it's not really the place to push your agenda.
Yeah,
right. Video games is where people get away from that.
I will say, like, when I was mentioning, like, they call people liberals and things like that, like, you have to think it is set in, like, the backwoods of Montana, and I'm sure the vast majority of people that live in the backwoods of Montana think like, someone that's, the cult members, they're all, like, tattooed up and things like that, they're probably going to call them liberals, and they probably would in real life as well, so I don't think that is, like, them being it's them being political, but I don't think it's them probably like portraying what would really happen as well if that situation was real.
Yeah.
Also a thing I'm gonna ask before I say this. There's a very minor thing that Far Cry games do these days, and they're fake endings. Can I spoil the fake ending on this one? Like you've already missed it, Trevor. You can't do it again. You have to start the game over if you want to achieve it.
Oh,
sure.
I mean, I really don't give a shit.
So
yeah, go ahead.
The game starts as Trevor said. You're going to arrest this guy, and when you arrest the guy, you have to. It shows a button prompt, and you have to like press the button to put the cuffs on the guy. If you wait a certain amount of time without pressing any buttons, the game ends. You're just okay. We're not gonna arrest this guy. Let's get the fuck out of here, and then you just walk away.
I don't think that happened because I waited quite long before arresting him.
See, I don't
like
know if you can do
minutes.
it on the first playthrough. But that is the fake ending of Far Cry 5. The fake ending of Far Cry 4 is the game begins and the bad guy captures you, and you meet the bad guy, and you're sitting at a table eating, and the bad guy gets a phone call, and he's like, "Oh, just sit here and wait a minute." And if you sit there and you wait a minute, the bad guy comes back and the game ends. Like you're supposed to get up and like flee. It's a 10-minute wait. Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
10 minutes.
Damn.
Okay. I never did it myself. I just watched the video.
Yeah, I waited for like good long minute there, but 10 minutes, nah.
Yeah, that's you're going specifically for that now.
Yeah.
I wonder who did that first. Was like, fuck it, I'm waiting it out. They're like 9 minutes in, like,
Shit,
no,
is it
one
happening?
more minute.
I'll wait one more minute.
Imagine like you have to go eat or something like that, and you come back and you just see the credits rolling down like that.
Oh yeah,
I'll be fucked up.
yeah. Speed run.
Who can do 10 minutes the fastest?
All right. Well.
All right, North. I know. What did you play? I know what you played.
I played Dark Souls 3.
Dank Souls.
Streamed it. Huh?
Dank Souls 3.
Indeed.
I was hoping that your clip was just going to be just the first boss fight.
I was kind of hoping
1 hour long clip.
It was just gonna be you died. Like it was just gonna be the black screen. You died.
I kind of wanted to have like a death meter or something like that because I've died so many times. Like,
Yeah, I mean, Dark Souls definitely is the type of game that Death Meter was kind of made for.
Yeah, and I wish they would like implement it in the game. But to talk about the game a little bit, I started it off as a like blind playthrough. I beat the first boss like a year ago once at a friend's house, but that's it. And now I'm back to it. I got my Xbox controller, so I decided to let's play something with that, not on keyboard. So I had Dark Souls 3, so I started to play through, and I had a bit trouble with learning the game. Like the learning curve at first was pretty steep, and it sort of like frustrated me that I had to fight the first boss for like an hour before progressing. But damn, it felt good after you beat the first boss, even though it's just the first boss. But it took so long, and when you finally get it, it's amazing feeling. I don't think there's a lot of games that have that sort of like achievement that makes you grind that one boss so long until you get it. And it's something like humongous knight with a sword flaming around, and you have to dodge and roll and heal at some point, and then it's gonna, after you go halfway to the boss fight, he transforms and has a whole new kid, and you have to learn that. And it's mind-boggling, and it's a very difficult game with like maybe it starts off with like very high learning curve, but then it sort of like plateaus, and then it has like that slow rise, I guess. Like I feel like I'm at the plateau right now. I feel that the common enemies are pretty easy to beat, but I'm still probably gonna have some trouble with the bosses. And I feel like because I've run the round so much, I've sort of like gained too much souls and therefore levels. So maybe I'm just like over leveled. I don't know, but it definitely surprises me every time I go to a corner. It's gonna have a new monster that I've never seen before with a new kid, or it's gonna be a trap and I have to run away, and it's amazing.
Yeah,
I like the game, but it has its downsides, especially when you get stuck. You just want to quit.
I have a question for you. If you were not streaming, do you think you would have just quit playing after losing at the first boss? And I'm not trying to like make fun of you. I'm being serious. Like after losing so many times for like an hour, do you think if you were not streaming, you would have just been like, "Well, fuck this game. I'm not going to play it anymore"?
No, I don't think so. I like a challenge, but it might have been if I wouldn't be so quote unquote distracted. I'm gonna have that as my generic excuse why it took so long because I was streaming. Maybe if I wouldn't have been streaming and I would have like have all my focus on the boss, it probably wouldn't have taken so long. But I definitely enjoy playing games with high difficulty.
Or
yeah, and I think one of the things you said is like it's really, really gratifying whenever you finally beat it. And I think a big part of that is like nothing feels that cheap, like especially in bosses. I think like mimics and like whenever you were rolling away from the big ball of skeletons just there and just roll off, like some of that stuff is kind of cheap, but I mean you get over it because it only gets you the once, right?
Yeah.
But like with the bosses, it feels like every movement is your own. Like you didn't accidentally roll, you made a bad roll. Yeah. You know, you didn't accidentally swing too many times, you swung too many times. And I think that's a big part of why that game is so good. And that series is like every movement is your own. If you died, it's your fault.
I can't stand Dark Souls. Can't fucking stand it. I'm with Sully.
It's a good game.
So I'm exactly like what Sully said. I like the games. I'm just fucking bad at them. And before anybody just says get good, fuck off. I've beaten hard games on stream. The thing that I don't like about Dark Souls is the sluggish movement and it's just so fucking slow. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for telling me that I should get good.
You should try. Have you tried Bloodborne?
Nah. Like
Bloodborne.
the only reason I've tried every Dark Souls is because I haven't bought the games. I purchased them off Pirate Bay and tried them out. I can't do that with Bloodborne, so that's why I've never tried Bloodborne.
What about Neo? I feel like
Neo. I thought
fast-paced.
about buying Neo when it came out. Honestly, with Neo, I don't like the fact that it's level based. And I know Dark Souls is level based too, but the intricate world of Dark Souls is way more appealing than Neo's. You select a level and you go to that level. Like,
Yeah.
I wanna play Dark Souls because I want to get lost in the world. That's why I'm going to give From Software one fucking last time when Sekiro comes out, and by God, if I will beat that game before I die, or die trying.
The only reason I recommend Bloodborne is because it is a much faster paced Souls game. Like I watch a speedrunner for it, Jesus Here's Toast. He speedruns Bloodborne all the time, and he actually has a hard time going back and playing Souls games now because they're too slow paced. So you don't have a shield. Like, instead of parrying or anything like that, you shoot them in the face with a gun, and that's actually what gets them staggered. You've got like blunderbusses and shotguns and pistols and things like that. That instead of a shield, you have that for your sidearm, and it's quite a bit more quickly paced. Now, the downside being that it's only on PS4, but I still think it's a great game.
See, I might pick up Bloodborne if I end up liking Sekiro.
Yeah.
The problem with Bloodborne and the Dark Souls games is that I've watched extensive amounts of gameplay. I would not be blind to those games, and it discourages me from buying those games if I already know what bosses are, where they are. Nothing like surprises me anymore. That is essentially like the reason I haven't really gotten these games at this point.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. I made sure that I was like 100% blind going into the Soulsborne games. Like, even the most famous enemies in those games, I had no idea. Like, I didn't know. Well, I don't want to start rambling people off and then ruin it and whatnot. But I like, even the biggest enemies in that game, I had never heard of, had no idea what to expect going in. So I was super fortunate. I'm basically a professional spoiler dodger at this point.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
So, I mean, like, the week before the DBZ movie came out, the Broly one, I just didn't get on Reddit, like, at all. I could have just unsubscribed from the DBZ subreddit, but I just decided to forego that. I just didn't get on Reddit for like a week.
I mean, that's a legit thing to do. I can't stay off Reddit myself. All right, shall we move on to the last person, aka me? Or do you want to say something more about Dark Souls?
Sure. I feel like after I've played it through, I think I'm gonna play it again. I definitely feel like that the game still has something to offer after beating it already once. Even though you know there's gonna be traps and whatever huge boss is, you know it's coming. But there's a lot of weapons you can choose. You can try. I think it has magic. I never tried it, but you can try magic. You can have big sword instead of running dual scimitars or whatever I'm using right now. And there's like it's called like deprived mode, where you have basically nothing when you start. And that's definitely seems something I want to try. But it's definitely something that it still gives after beating it. That's kind of rare in today's games.
Yeah, I can definitely, because I haven't played through, like, completely played through them, but I went back and done a lot of sections of Dark Souls.
Yeah,
and it's like going back to fight the hardest bosses that you fought and not having as much trouble, it's still really gratifying. Like whenever you go in there and maybe this time he only killed you like 10 times, but you're like, that was nothing. That dude was a pushover now. I'm a professional.
Yeah.
So
Eventually, you'll just beat Dark Souls without taking a single hit.
True that. I look
That's the
forward
end
to it,
goal.
North.
That's the end goal.
Become a robot because they don't make mistakes.
Yeah. Crazy. Anywho, onto is that all you wanted to say there, Trevor? Or not Trevor? I'm sorry, North.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
All right.
Real quick, before you get started, I just wanted to say one quick thing, and I think it's all just going to be something we laugh at. I don't actually want it to turn into a conversation.
Mhm.
Even though 7 Days to Die is still in alpha, they're starting to release merch now. That's all I wanted to say. Someone actually messaged me and told me that. So now it's
Yeah.
That's
That's
scummy
okay.
AF.
Yeah.
That's all I
Well,
wanted to say about that.
At least it's not DLC.
True.
All right. I played this gorgeous game called Gris. And I can't show a whole lot of Gris. But it's definitely last year's one of the best games ever.
I really liked it.
For those who don't know, Gris is essentially a walking simulator. It doesn't really have a whole lot. You just walk around. It's more like an emotional story. There's no dialogue in the game. The game presents the story for you. And
So is it almost like Limbo?
yeah. The comparison to Limbo is very fair. You get a couple of upgrades during your game, your time with the game, and it's a very short experience. So I mean, I beat this in 3 hours of 30 minutes about. I know Hasero did it in like 6 hours, but I'm just a better gamer, you know.
Fact.
How much was the game, or is the game?
Shit.
Because I think I don't remember exactly how much it was, but I remember you telling me that you beat it in like 5 hours, and it was like $25 or something like that. And I was like, well, that seems
Well, I
like
mean,
kind of high price.
In the superior currency that is euros, it's 17 euros. So I only assume it's either $20 or $17.
Yeah, it's probably a little over $20 then.
Yeah, it's probably $20 for us.
But it
It's
is
all always round up.
it is for seriously a very, very beautiful game. This is one of those rare cases where I call this like art more than anything else. This is games as art. And typically I don't play games like this, but it was one hell of a fucking experience. And the music is gorgeous. I'm not gonna play the audio because then you would hear me talking doubly. That's way too much Tom.
I like your face in the stream.
Yeah.
It was like
It's like a little kid seeing fireworks for the first time.
Yeah. Whoever told you that I've seen fireworks in the first place?
That's fair.
But yeah, definitely. I can't really talk too much about Gris because it goes very easily to spoiler territory. It's definitely worth the price tag. I mean, I understand if people think the price is steep. Then if you can catch this on a sale, buy it. Like, please buy it because it is very fucking good. And it is a short game. I cracked this in 3.5 hours. So the playtime is everything between 3 hours and 6 hours.
I mean, that's not terrible. I think that's a little steep for how much playtime there is. But I mean, if it's an enjoyable game, you know, and everything like that, I think that definitely can make up for it.
Yeah. The other game that I played, I actually have to see what. Okay. It's fine. Yeah, that's fine. The other play I played, this is way more spoilery. Like, I have to be very careful. Played the Hex. Now, the game looks like shit.
What am I looking at?
But this game is made by Daniel Mullins. Now, Daniel Mullins made the game Pony Island, which, if you have not played Pony Island, play Pony Island. And after you're done with Pony Island...
It's free on Discord Nitro.
Oh, that... Okay. More reason to play Pony Island.
It's free on Discord Nitro, all I'm saying.
So, after you play Pony Island, play the Hex. This game. I can't talk about the story. I refuse to talk about the story of Mullins' games, because the story is the biggest part of these games. So, but this game, it essentially what it does is it incorporates like a variety of different game genres into a game, and it tells its story based around those game genres and those characters in those genres. Eventually, it goes to places you think you know where it's going, but you don't know where it's going. I had an idea where it was going, but I was wrong. I was so fucking wrong. Like, and this is where because the surprise at the end is what it is. You're gonna either have two different types of people. You either have people who think it's great, or people who think it's pretentious. Basically the same thing as with Pony Island. And I'm in the camp that thinks these games are great.
Yeah, I think, I mean, I've went on and on about how fun I thought Pony Island was, so I definitely will play the Hex. I remember you telling me about it now. I'm actually going to look it up right now as we speak.
I saw you play a couple of the characters in the first half of the Hex, but I didn't finish your playthrough of it, so I'll have to I can still play it myself and get the big surprise.
I like games that surprise me. I like a game where I cannot predict where the game is going. And these games are certainly games that I cannot really predict where they're going. But as I said, like, it basically boils down to what kinds of stories do you like. I mean, you can insert any random thing into any story and call it a surprise. I mean, imagine if you were watching Alien and out of fucking left field, like, Michael Jordan comes in and dunks the ball on the alien and the alien dies. It's certainly surprising, but it wouldn't be great. Right. If it's out of context, it's like... And this is why I'm a shitty storyteller, because I don't know what's a good story and a bad story. I just know if I enjoy it or not. And
I think that's a pretty good story.
I mean, I would watch that movie.
Yeah, me too.
So in the end, like with the Hex, like with Pony Island, you'll either have these two types of people that either you think it's great or you think it's pretentious. And I've heard both sides. I hyped up Pony Island way too much to way more people than I should have. So I'm not gonna hype up the Hex the same way. Just play it. Just play it and you'll see for yourself if it's worth it or not. But the fact that the Hex, though, because it has these different game genres, it keeps going. It keeps it fresh. With what Pony Island didn't really do. You played the pony from start to finish. Yeah, but in this game, you didn't really do that. You have different game genres, you have your different characters, so it keeps evolving and evolving until what is like the final act, when it kind of like pivots to that climax.
Yeah.
Definitely worth like anybody's time. Okay.
Well, I think if that's all, I think we'll start wrapping it up.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
Before everybody fucks off, let's do shoutouts. Anybody can start.
I want to shout out my man McSully Sulkin for being the biggest asshole in the chat. Let's just go ahead and start that. Well, not really. You should check that guy out. He speed runs things. Andy's hilarious. I like Sully. His face is pleasant to the sight.
God damn.
That's who I'm gonna use my shout out on, Sully.
Okay. I'll shout out Grategy. Plays Final Fantasy games. Grategy is part of No Pants Society. We're all part of No Pants Society. It's the hottest Twitch stream where we don't wear pants. Or encourage the usage of no pants, but we don't enforce it, you know. But yeah, Grategy is currently doing Final Fantasy X playthrough blind. So if you want to watch that, go watch that. He also plays other games. Currently in the midst of The Messenger, my game of the year 2018.
I'll probably play Hex after, if we're being totally honest. After The Messenger, I'll probably throw in Hex.
Even fucking bigger reasons to follow Grategy right the fuck now. Alright, who goes next?
I don't really know anyone to shout out. I'll shout out Butternuts. Go follow him. Watch him.
I'll shout out Trevor.
So we're just gonna shout out somebody and then someone's gonna shout us out? Is that how it's gonna happen?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's how it works.
I'm down with that. Butternuts is also, by the way, part of No Pants Society, so definitely fucking... I mean, we're all great. We're all great because I'm great, and I handpicked these people. So we're all great. We're the best fucking streamers on this platform. If you disagree, then you can go fuck yourself. Basically, like I'm...
Or just go follow my Twitch.
Yeah, or
just follow all my Twitches so we can prove you wrong.
Or follow my Twitch.
Yeah man. We're
like
really
those
welcoming,
options.
or I'm really welcoming. No, but yeah, Trevor, as he said, he hasn't really streamed too much in the beginning of this year, which is we all have or North doesn't have, but the rest of us adults have jobs. So there's periods of time where we don't really have the time to do shit.
Yeah, so what's your excuse, North?
Yeah, I'm a student. Oh fuck you.
Only 90% of my rent was paid.
Brutal. Who you gonna shout out, North? Shout out yourself and steal the thunder from Tumalo.
No, I'm gonna shout out Tamulo. Go check out Tamulo.
What a fucking bitch! What the fuck?
Even got that quick, spicy shout out in there before you.
What the
Right
fuck?
there.
What the fuck?
Got him.
Yeah, go check out Tamulo. I really enjoy his streams. I usually hang there most of the time when it's possible.
That was
Yeah.
my side. Don't worry about it.
Come say hi.
I don't hang out in Tumalo's stream nearly enough because unfortunately we basically have the same game schedule. He's just one ahead of me because I also play Final Fantasy. Like I want to play Hex, I want to play Gris, but someone has to beat every Final Fantasy before they can just play other games willy-nilly. Some of us have jobs.
Yeah, some of us has jobs. What I'll shout out is North. Fucking Brad, motherfucker. Oops, that was wrong. See, I can do my own shout outs. North plays DS3, Dark Souls 3, and after that he's gonna play Dark Souls 2. After that he's gonna play Dark Souls 1, and then he's gonna play Sekiro, and maybe
true?
Rocket League at some point.
Is this true, North? Are you gonna play through all the Dark Souls on stream?
Like Tamulo wanted me to play Dark Souls 2, but I was like, nah, dog, I'm not gonna play another Dark Souls game.
Dude, let me tell you.
Pussy. What a fucking pussy.
Let me tell you.
And
Let me tell you right now. If you beat 3, you're not gonna have any problem with 2. 2 is way easy. Also, don't check your phones. That was mine vibrating. I'm sorry for the false alarm, everyone. I saw everyone looking around. That was my phone.
What?
If you can beat 3, you're gonna stomp 2.
Alright. I'll reconsider.
Yeah.
Over on my
2 is-
channel, I'm gonna do my own fucking shout out. Thank you very much.
Oh man.
Oh man. Yeah, over on this channel, I'm in the midst of a Final Fantasy 12 playthrough, but it's the kind of the long project. I'll play that when I don't have anything else to play. Tomorrow I will play Piku Niku here, It's a new game published by Devolver and developed by some Japanese company that I can't pronounce because all their text is in Japanese, so I don't know. I will also play Resident Evil 2 Remake, not when it's released because I'm in the middle of night shifts when it releases. But I'll play that next week, probably. And also, this has been episode number 2 of the Pantsless Podcast. Now, because we are horrible people, we don't have a schedule. But I'm gonna do broad strokes and say that the next podcast will be between the 11th and the 24th of February. Don't
That's
quote
pretty
me on
broad.
that, by the way. That is pretty broad. That's the gap when I have a vacation from my job.
It will be in February.
Yes, that is correct. It will be next month. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Hopefully everybody have had a good time. This episode will go up on the YouTubes after I edit it a little bit and render it. And maybe I'll put some timestamps on it this time, if I'm not a lazy bastard like last time.
If you missed the first one, you can find it on YouTube if you search Pantsless Podcast. I think that should be the first one.
Also, subscribe to our channel.
It's free.
It's free.
It's free. Yeah, if you have any Twitch Prime subs floating around, I'm sure all of us would take that sick free $2.50 American.
Yeah, that too. I'm gonna link our entire channel.
Dang, that's a big one.
You know how funny it's gonna be.
Boom. There's
It's
our
on
channel.
the YouTube, and you link the video, and we're talking about the channel that's right below somewhere there. So if you're watching this video on YouTube, you can click right there, or
Oh, it's- I
there,
got it.
or
It's
something
that one.
there.
It's right there.
Yeah.
I'm in the bottom right.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
right,
right,
right
there. Click that
It's
bell
right
and
there.
subscribe and
Just go ahead and
like
click that subscribe.
Do whatever
Alright.
you want to do, guys. Like
Okay.
I legitimately think that every human being is intelligent enough to click that subscribe or follow button if they like the content that they like.
Okay, we're done.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys, for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. I know.
Say bye, Trevor.
Yep. Thanks, everyone.
Say bye, Trevor.
See you guys.